like a big Game of Thrones chair.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Happy Sunday, y'all. I just wanted you to take a look at the nightmare that is my life. These wonderful, beautiful, awesome, glowy things behind me. They're great, aren't they? They're so great.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us. Jerk.
Well, I was kind of talking about you, but, Hey, everybody, happy Sunday. You made it through the week. We are here with Debtors Gambit, where we discover and take a look at the beginning of the Revels, as well as the founding of the pirate city and the throne for the Plank King of Darktow. We're going way back before seasons 1 and 2, and we're exploring how all this came about. The founding of it, what the Revels mean, and, well, how does a bunch of very innocent, plainclothes individuals who just want to simply work in the space of mercantile and be nice and angelic basically become bloodthirsty, murderous, genocidal pirates? But, I digress.
Hey, Medi's only eaten 2 crew members, okay?
One's a stowaway.
Yeah, he wasn't even a crew member. Like, that doesn't.
I was going to say that one of them is, and he's
one was just a juice
half,
box.
Like
one was like just a juice box. It was a snack pack.
Oh, by the way, Stan,
you ate
this shirt's for you.
Pack.
Oh, yes.
Death is just a cold hug.
Nice. I love it. Ivar's designs coming through.
Yeah, I figured, it was kind of a cool saying that night. So, we're all kind of chill. It's a casual Sunday, beer in hand. Episode 10, folks. Episode 10. Holy buckets. You guys are still alive. Well, most of you are still alive. I mean, let's be honest. Is Gatharn really alive, or is Gatharn like organic matter?
Gatharn is pretty certain that all of this is just a hallucination from some drugs he's taken.
He's actually slowly digesting in the belly of a T-Rex.
Yep. And I found some interesting mushrooms in there.
A dead, undead T-Rex.
Yeah, a dead, undead. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how that works, but it works. It works. So before we recap, Shannon, what you got going on these days?
Well, currently there is a cat playing with little jingle bells below my chair. I have to sit on the stick so she doesn't pop it off, but I can't play with her at the moment, and she needs entertainment. So what I have going on right now, a podcast called Amigo del Diablo. You can find that basically wherever you find podcasts. It is a Mage the Ascension 5th edition podcast. It uses mage rules and some vampire 5th edition rules with a sanity system on top of that. I'm finally going to get back to editing so I can release another episode. We are also live streaming season 3, right meow, and avoiding spoilers as much as physically possible. So if you want to tune into that, you shouldn't get spoiled if you are currently listening to the podcast. Our Twitch is Odd Troop, spelled Troupe. And that's what I got going on right now.
And you can find that link down in the chat as well. Cesare, who plays Omni, tell us about what you got going on these days.
Well, I made a sandwich this afternoon, which I was very proud of because, self-care, you guys, it's really important.
We call it sandwich.
Aside from the sandwich this afternoon, I too I have 2 games here that I am so proud to be a part of, as well as a podcast / video production that is called The General Adventuring Company. You can see some info on that down below in our About section. It is a D&D 5e homebrew scenario situation, a couple of random cool fun homebrew mechanics we throw in there. I play a Dragonborn Ranger rogue in that storyline. and yeah, some really dramatic and crazy stuff happened to him. It is very lighthearted and fun, but also very, very serious and lots of very dangerous world dynamics. So it's kind of like the humor of Guardians of the Galaxy meets the world drama of Game of Thrones. And we release new episodes on Tuesdays. We just finished recording episode 9, so I think we're releasing episode 7 pretty soon. We're a couple ahead. But we do talk back episodes as well, and we also do fun little mini quests where we dive into other TTRPGs systems. We've done one utilizing the Honey Heist system, one utilizing Fate, and we have one more session to record for our Edge of the Galaxy 3-shot. It's a little mini quest that we got going on. So just lots of fun games. And then, yeah, business stuff, production, make content, and other
And more
things.
sandwiches.
And more sandwiches, yes. Yes, it's good.
And Fiola, we're going to be doing that playtest pretty soon. I know it's been a rough week, but talk to us about this playtest coming up.
Between power outages, illnesses, finishing my Star Trek Next Generation marathon. I mean, there's been a lot, but playtest is, yeah, I'm watching them all in order so I can watch Lower Decks. So, but I have to catch up. I've been marathoning from the beginning. It's
Oh my
been a lot
God,
of
Lower
fun.
Decks is hysterical.
I haven't watched it yet. Like I said, I finished Next Generation. Deep Space Nine is, in progress, and then I have Generations and all the other stuff that's, coming up.
Well,
So
you're
I'm getting
definitely,
there.
you're in your Star Trek addiction for sure. I mean, that's a lot of airtime.
Yeah, nothing beats the original series, but I digress. We're hurrying through so we can get to the recap. Yeah, playtest is coming along really well. I'm just finishing up kind of some of the first campaign arc storyline. So once I get that like 3/4 of the way done, we'll be announcing the playtest. The
Can you
highest
tell us a
bribe so
little
far is
sneak peek?
Thursday nights. A little sneak peek? No, not tonight. I will give a
Okay.
sneak peek, but
Okay.
not tonight.
I am pins and needles waiting to hear what this is about because I'm so
I
excited.
am excited because this is like Mach 5. I did a playtest at Mach 1 when I first came up with the idea. And then I haven't really done an official playtest since then. So this has just been reiterations of the universe kind of coming to progression. So yeah, the highest bribe is still Thursday nights. And a bribe being a happy DM, you got a lot to beat.
Is this Skyfire?
It was Skyfire. Skyfire was Mach 1.
Ooh, I played in Mach 1.
Hey!
He stole my binder, so I had to do a reset.
I did not steal it. You went to Korea.
My binder is in your place. I don't have it.
I gave it back to you when you got your TV.
Therefore, you stole it!
No, borrowed it.
And
For an indeterminate length of time.
speaking of things going crazy and going missing,
Dude.
I want to play that game. But Gatharn, talk to us about rockets. How have they been blasting off lately?
Good for us. Shitty for Bezos. His petition to sue for the NASA contract because they gave it to SpaceX. The government said, "Suck it, Bezos," and suck it, Bezos.
Well, I mean, anybody rich enough to build a rocket that looks like a phallic symbol, I mean, there you
It's
go.
a giant flying space. Hey, Dick.
I don't know if any of you guys saw the cut sequence where they went to the Austin Powers, like Dr.
Yes.
Evil, and shooting back and forth.
I posted it on my Facebook.
Perfect.
2 balls.
I do think it is very funny that Bezos actually offered to give NASA a couple $1 billion for the contract.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just a measuring competition. There's no real like love for the art of science and like the love of the art of engineering and what all that means. It's just a straight up 2.5-inch ruler versus a 12.5-inch ruler. Really, all it boils down to. And on that note, hey,
10 inches.
we do accept Jeff Bezos' money, so if you want to subscribe and make Jeff Bezos pay for your entertainment, feel free. We could use the assist. It helps us out, but not required.
Such a good transition.
We got a couple things going on these days. I am in the process of incorporating Sirenscape into my my musical ambiance and a lot of the other things that we're doing. I am also doing a promo code for the next 2 weeks for Viridian Dice and Gaming Supplies. Now, on the last day of the promo, I will be giving it out on the Twitch channel. But if you follow us on Twitch, or if you join us over on Discord, you'll have access to the promo code. So be sure to like and follow and all those fun things that we do. Also, all the abouts are down below. Anything you want to know about us is down below. All of our links are down below. So, hit us up, come on over, and, teach, learn, play. That's all we do over at TTRPG Academy. So, with that, let's go ahead
and roll with disadvantage
and recap, as some interesting things have been going on with, the team has finally made it to the Revels, a secret celebration that Tharivol and some of the greater guild masters use to dole out the most prize and the high-end contracts to all the different captains. All the privateers that wish to earn and all the privateers that wish to, basically be a member of either the main guilds or all the alt guilds, essentially have to arrive at the Revels if they are given the location. The location of the Revels is secret. It is handed out to the prized pirates and or privateers. They're not quite pirates yet, are they? The privateers and guild members then either dole that information out based on the influence of other captains or others within their guilds. However, some recent information has come to light. Turns out not all is what it seems, as during a high-stakes gambling situation, Omni and Medi had an opportunity to meet up with an individual that just goes by the name The Hawk. The Hawk, also kind of renowned for his political influence and his clearly massive amount of wealth, while at a dinner party with The Hawk after the high-stakes Bones game, it was discovered that for the most part, the privateers do not have enough wealth to own their own ships, and they lease their ships from the Hawk. The Hawk himself is not much of a naval person, although his ship is probably the largest of the privateer fleet. He prefers to allow his warforged captain, Raymer, to be the one in charge of his flagship. There was some interesting conversation going on when some mention of Barnacle Island as well as Copper Joe was made. It would seem that the first mate of the flagship had decided to take advantage of the situation, and, it would seem that Kearney had taken Gatharn out for a night of a little bit of fun. Also, Medi, Omni, Jin, and Afiola eventually made their way back to Captain Raylene's ship, settling in for the evening. Afiola decided to actually stay kind of a low profile, considering that there does seem to be a mob of Captain Vermosa's crew attempting to track her down and try to reclaim the registry.
Former captain. And it was Fransom. It was former Captain Fransom.
Franson, yes, thank you. When you're in 8 games, sometimes the names run together.
Nah.
The half orc Captain Franson was seen wandering the streets, gathering up crew at one point. Afiola deciding to keep a low profile for now, post the team coming back from the dinner with the Hawk. Everybody had made it back to the ship fine, settled in for the evening, and it was Gatharn that's been out on the town all night. And where we last left off, Gatharn had failed his wisdom saving throw, as Carney leaned in to ask a very simple question. So, Gatharn, what can you tell me about Copper Joe?
Copper Joe. Who's that?
Well, now I'm your best friend. You're supposed to tell me all things you know about Copper Joe.
Yes. You're right. We're good friends. Who's Copper Joe?
Well, you were on his island.
I've been on many islands in the last 2 years. You're gonna have to be more barmaid specific.
There is a very firm grip on your genitalia, and they are currently squeezing very hard. I need you to make a con save with disadvantage, please.
What if it's advantage because he's into it?
No, it's
He
definitely.
doesn't have any protection with
Well,
the hair.
here's the
'cause
thing
balding
about.
issue.
Here's the
Does he
thing.
take damage?
Here's the thing about the grip. There's something very metallic, like in her hand, and you're beginning to feel the buildup of electrical current.
Again, he might be
21.
into it though.
Still doesn't.
21.
So if he takes damage, does that mean the charm spell's broken?
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely. Suddenly there is this electrical shock from your nethers up through your stomach into your spine, taking 61 points of lightning damage, halved to 30, because you did make your con save. At the moment of that pulse of energy, her hand waves again. Give me another wisdom saving throw, please.
19.
Boy, you better run.
19. Give me a deception
Like
check,
that
please.
17.
17. She believes that you're currently charmed, even though you are not currently charmed. Your balls hurt. That hurt a lot. There's the smell of ozone in the air, but no one around had noticed anything. But somehow this immediately sobers you up. That's one ancillary benefit of this interaction. Suddenly the conversation is getting a little bit more intense than what you were expecting after a night of drinking with Carney. However, go ahead and give me a perception check really quick as you're beginning to assess your situation.
Was one of the other twins named Asada?
Thank you, Omni. Thank you.
23.
There are at least 12.5 million heads that just blew up.
I appreciate
That's
it.
what I perceived.
Thank you.
A massive echo of pain goes throughout the universe. So, Gatharn, you begin to understand where you are. You're in one of the many, drinking dens that just pop up. You're now completely sober. There's a heavy grip of a hand on your genital region that just shocked you. You're looking at a very disgruntled Carney who now believes that you're charmed again. Looking past where the two of you are sitting at one of these barrels with your tankards in front of you, you can see a group of about 8 individuals. They seem to be talking amongst themselves very intensely, and you watch as a familiar half-orc leads them immediately out of the drinking den.
Not Labash.
Definitely not Labash.
That was the captain dude, right?
Captain of the Black Eye.
Gotcha.
Now, I'll ask you again. What can you tell me about Copper Joe?
Copper Joe. What's he look like?
Well, he's a dead captain from a long time ago. It's said that he was buried with some particular relics. The Hawk wants those fucking relics. Now, do you or do you not have the compass?
Compass. What's she wearing?
She is wearing a kind of jet black leather armor. She has 2 rings on her right hand. She has a ring on her left hand. She has a brooch hanging around her neck. You can see 2 rapiers at her belt. She's wearing very high, shiny black leather boots. And her appearance is quite flawless. It's impeccable.
Do I see any of those guards wearing Thorvald colors?
Give me a perception check.
It is 17.
17. Looking around, you don't see any. You do pick up on a very large half-ogre individual near the main door of the entry of the drinking den. Seems to be a bouncer of sorts. There are at least 2 other individuals of large, familiar size that probably assist him whenever he needs the help. The den itself is just full of a lot of inebriated individuals. Oh, and a Githyanki barkeep.
Okay.
Y'all made faces. That word doesn't mean something to me. Can somebody please give me some context?
Oh, I'd say race.
The Githyanki were formerly slaves in the Underdark. Mind Flayers were like their overlords, and then eventually they
Gotcha.
broke out. So there's
Yeah.
2 factions now, Githyanki and Githzerai, and they're fighting amongst themselves. And the Astral Plane is like a basic paragraph rundown of their lore.
Perfect.
And
Basic.
they're like corrupted elves or some shit. Yeah,
Fantastic. Thank you.
you're welcome, man. Tabletop RPG Academy, where we teach, learn, and play, huh?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
with
go.
the plug. Come on.
Okay. And no one else has got weapons, right?
No one else has weapons. And by the way, her
Nice.
rapier on her sides is just the scabbards.
So there's no actual rapier in the scabbard.
Correct. The only thing that's slightly suspicious to you is whatever metallic object she's using to funnel the lightning effect into your gonads.
Right. Okay. So you're wondering about a compass that some guy named Copper Joe had. I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't find a compass. Found a big ass hammer. Found a gun.
Did you find his flag?
Flag. Yes. Found the flag.
Oh.
I think. I don't actually know what Copper Joe's flag looks like, man. We found a flag. Could have been anyone's flag.
There's a slight tingling sensation as if another charge is getting ready.
Hold on, I want to say this out loud. Come here. Come here. Whisper it in your ear.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so she gets close, right? I bite her ear off.
Give me give me a D20 with advantage because she believes that you are currently under her control.
You straight up Tyson this chick?
Yeah.
Oh.
22.
22. Go ahead and give me Give me your unarmed strike. Add an additional d4 to it. And then times it by 2.
Only
Okay.
you had Aethiola's capabilities. That year would be gone.
So you said a D4 and a what now? An
So
additional D4?
So you should
Archer
already have a
concentration,
damage
teeth.
associated to
Yeah.
your unarmed strike.
Yeah, it's 1D4.
Okay.
So 2D4?
Correct.
And you said double it?
Correct.
20.
As you chomp down on her ear, you completely rip it from the side of her head. Elven ears are weird, slightly tilted and pointed. And as you rip it off, a gout of blood kind of spurts off the side of her head. There's complete shock in her face. She goes to grab, pushes you away, and begins to stumble away from the table. Treat her as if she's
My
stunned.
Tavern brawler feet to grapple,
Okay.
and I'm gonna slam her head into the table.
She is stunned, so go ahead and give me athletics with advantage.
23.
23. You manage to grab her, pick her up, and begin to slam her down on the table head first. And as you bring her head down, there's a huge thud sound. She is knocked unconscious, but not dying.
We should check and see on Gathar and see how he's. Nah, he's probably having a good time. Whatever.
All right.
Why?
It was her right
He's probably having
hand
the
that had
time
a
of
hold
his
of my
life.
balls.
Yes.
All right. And there was a metallic device or something on there.
You look down to see a metal kind of copper system that's attached to her hand, and you can see a small blue gem on a bracelet around her wrist. It looks like a gauntlet of lightning strike or something. You've seen this before.
How long would it take to take off of her?
It could take a couple minutes, and already the crowd is starting to notice what's going
I
on.
smashed the gem with a tankard.
Okay, give me a d20.
21.
21. You bring it down. There's a shattering sound, a cracking sound. You watch as the blue gem dims and kind of dies out. You hear a half ogre kind of yell at you, "Oi, what are you doing over there?" And you can see that he's kind of...
She had a weapon!
And he's like wading through. Give me a persuasion check, please.
That is a 15 because I have a -1 to my freaking my charismatic checks.
As he gets up to you, looks at you, looks down at her, he sees the device in her hand. He reaches down, grabs her by the scruff. "Oi, get out. I'll deal with this." And the unconscious elf is like dragged into the back of the drinking den.
She's got a coin pouch full of money. That should take care of the tab.
You watch as the other bouncers get up and immediately follow after they hear you say that.
I need a beer to go.
The Githyanki
His beers to go.
The
Totally
Githyanki
okay.
comes over, hands you the tankard. "That will be a gold, please."
Fish in my pouch. Pull out one of my 10 gold. Give him 2, actually. A tip, good sir. Fine establishment you have here.
Leave,
And I
please.
walk out.
As you stumble out into the alleyway, give me your survival check. Let's see if you can figure out where you are.
Bitch ruined my drunk. 18. I forgot I trained in survival. I can't hear anything.
That's because I'm not saying anything.
Okay, good.
As you stumble out into the alleyway, looking in multiple directions. You recognize where you are. You spend the next few minutes kind of making your way towards the kind of convergence of all the dens, and from where you kind of remember where the gambling place was and where the main residence, Thorvald's residence, was. And this kind of brings you back to the center point of the
Can
area.
I keep your ear?
It's still in your mouth. You never really chucked it out.
Yes. Souvenir.
Standing there a little bit buzzed, but sobered up, a little bit hurt, looking in the direction of the harbor sway, you realize that you're about 10 minutes away from the harbor. As you get to that point, there's a group of about 8 individuals going that same direction.
Do they look armed?
They do not look armed.
Okay. I'm gonna walk. How big? What's the party comprised of?
There's definitely a couple half orcs. There seem to be maybe 1 or 2 Goliaths. There look to be a couple humans. It's a mixed assortment of individuals. Very roughly dressed.
I'm gonna be walking alongside them and having a drink.
Okay. As you walk alongside them, do you want to do deception or stealth? Are you trying not to be noticed?
Well, it's dark. I'm 3'2". Not really trying to be noticed or not noticed. I'm just walking amongst them, like blending in with a beer.
I'm just vibing, bro.
Give me. Go ahead and give me deception, because you're trying to blend in. I'm okay with that.
Where are you guys headed? We're going to another tavern? Pub crawl!
They
All right, that's 16. Because
don't seem to pay you any mind, and you can listen. You can almost clearly hear their conversation. The half-orc captain very angrily, "I don't know what she's been thinking she can get away with this. But don't worry. Tamst is going to be meeting us with the barrel. We'll get our weapons then. I know where Captain Raylene's ship is. We'll get that registry back. Slit that bitch's throat. Captain, you know
That's
what this
good.
means if we get caught. I don't fucking care about the rebels. Thorvald's an asshole anyways." And they just seem to be going back and forth as they're making their way towards the harbor sway.
Mr. DM, sir, I have a question.
Shoot.
I don't recall 2 weeks ago, but did Afiola say anything about Captain Raylene and where she was from? How would they know that?
Afiel has been a member of her crew for a while.
But a non I didn't have an official role or responsibility on the ship. I was just a crew member.
Afiola has
Lowly crew
Raylene
member.
tattooed across her eyebrows.
You were wearing her colors.
Oh, they didn't get the info from Afiola.
Cool.
I mean, how many quasi cat ladies are there on the island?
Probably more than one.
Probably.
I mean,
And he was pretty drunk.
they probably wormed their way through all the list. You know, there's probably like 3.5. One got their legs blown off in a cannon battle.
Walking alongside, there seems to be mostly concern on their faces. There's a couple of them that just, I mean, the Goliath and the other half-orc just look like they just want to get in a scrap. And this conversation carries on as all of you.
Do I see any of Thorvald's guards?
Give me a perception check.
30-20.
30-20. You do not. They seem to be taking a route less traveled.
Okay.
You're about 5 minutes away from the Harvest Way at this point. Within the next few minutes, you can see a ninth individual. They are standing alongside a barrel. They pick up the lid off the barrel, and they begin to walk over and pulling out their weapons out of the barrel. You look over, not more than maybe a couple hundred feet off to your right, is the unguarded ship of Captain Raylene's ship.
I'm actually still more imagining the former captain trying to tell his crew that a cat stole his ship.
Yes.
It's like the equivalent to the dog ate my homework.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not unguarded. We're all there.
Yeah.
What kind of weapons do they have?
You watch as scimitars, mauls, swords, all manner of weapons are getting pulled out, and they each have a brace of pistols.
Oh, so there's gunpowder.
You watch as they begin to single file and move in a very stealthy fashion towards Raylene's ship. You're kind of right at the corner of the alleyway and where the harbor kind of begins, these docking sections.
Can I see a quicker way to the ship?
It's single route in and out. You get the feeling that it's done that way on purpose. However, the way it's moored up to the dock, you could potentially get to the ship via the water. They are making a single file route directly to the gangway that leads up to the deck of the ship. For
So
us,
since I'm small, since I'm classified as small, I can move in the same area of someone that's a medium size, right?
you could.
All right.
They might
So I'm
notice you,
gonna
but yeah.
undo the chain that I've been wearing around my waist as a belt,
Okay.
and I'm gonna dash through the ranks and basically use the chain as kind of like a whip to wrap around the front guy's legs to trip him up.
Okay. Give me acrobatics.
Got some Zeal flashbacks right now.
That is a.
I might be allowed to do it.
Oh, that was athletics. Acrobatics, that is an 18.
18. As you begin to unfurl the chain and you begin to dash in the direction of the individuals, you manage to make it through the first set of legs, and you're trying to get by them as quick as you can, and you begin to wrap the chain around. You watch as the chain wraps around an ankle, but it tugs back at you at the same time. You realize that you've gotten the Goliath's ankle first. As it wraps around his ankle, he reaches down with both hands, heaves with his 26 on the chain, and just throws you right into the drink. Unwrapping the chain. Medi, Omni, Afiola, and Jin, give me perception checks, please.
I'm great at that.
Flying through the air, I'm going to misty step back to the shore.
Okay. And you're back on the little dock area watching
I give him a rude gesture,
and
then I book it.
they're sprinting up the gangway. The Goliath stops to turn and face you. Medi, what'd you get?
I headbutt him in the balls.
I got a 15.
15.
Glasgow kiss to the jewels.
Jin, what'd you get?
19.
Okay. Omni.
19.
Afiola.
Yeah,
She's napping.
11.
11.
And I
Afiola,
start screaming, alarm, alarm, alarm.
Afiola does not wake up. However, Omni, Medi, and Jin, the three of you, suddenly wake to the sound of Gatharn screaming out a series of warnings and concerns. There's the sound of heavy boot feet running up a gangway onto the upper deck of the ship. You guys are all down below. I need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Who could have ever expected Gatharn would bring trouble back? Crazy.
No, I didn't. I followed
Absolutely bizarre.
This is true.
that's a
Technically,
19.
Afiola brought it back, so.
19 for me.
All right, hold on. Give me a sec.
But I see how this is going to get blamed on me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it'll
Wonderful.
definitely be blamed on you.
Especially if you're running up with an elf ear in your mouth still, that would...
No, I put it in a pouch.
Oh, okay. Hey! Battle map! Battle map!
So with that, all of you begin running up on the deck of the ship. Does anybody wake up Afiola?
No, she's sleeping so peacefully. And
Well, I'm yelling,
think in
I'm
her
like-
dreams, she's kind of hungry and is about to have dinner in her dream. So it'd just be kind of rude for us to wake her up.
Well, I'm yelling. I'm like, get my hammer!
I don't get his hammer. I'm just...
Yeah, I'll wake up Afiola. Like, come on.
Medi,
she having dinner in her dreams.
you reach over and give Afiola
I
kind
can
of like
dream and fall
a
in
shake. And all of you kind of spill out onto the main deck. And as you do, there are individuals that for the most part look unfamiliar to you spread out on the deck. You watch as Gatharn leaps up the gangway right past where the Goliath is standing nearby. And you, Afiola, as you come up, you realize this is the captain that you dealt with, and this is his crew. Pistols are out. Scimitars are drawn. 25 through 20.
25.
Ooh, look at Jen.
Got that nasty initiative mod.
22.
22 for Omni. 19 through 15.
19.
19 for Gatharn.
I have
Wait,
like
Jen, do you have the
20
alert?
decks. I
And
always go
6.
No, I get my charisma mod to my deck.
Afiola, what'd you get?
The initiative.
I'm at
That's cool.
13.
13.
Both us Dexy boys. How are we always going last? You know?
Ain't that the truth? So, to make it easier for you guys, I have that camera, or that camera, or that camera, or that camera. So, whatever angle we need, I pretty much have it covered. So, I think this one kind of shows everything decently at first. So, Jin, you are up, and Omni, you're on deck. Jin, you are right here. Omni, you are... No, I'm... Gatharn is right here. Medi is right here. Omni is right there. Gatharn is right there. And Afiola is right there. You guys are in the very center of the ship. To your right, you can see the main group up here by the helm. There's another main group up the front of the ship, and there are a couple individuals down below on the main deck. So with that, Jin, you are up. Omni, you're on deck.
Where do I see an angle where I can get like the straightest line of sight and group multiple of them together?
Let me go back to camera 4.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Camera
one,
3,
camera
camera 4.
2. I was thinking Wayne's World.
What
go.
shall I do?
So you are right here.
As I was running up there, can I say I summoned my rapier to
Mhm.
my hand?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which one do I see? The orc captain?
The orc captain is near the front of the ship. He is standing in between the Goliath and one of the other orcs.
Jin will grin as he stares at the captain and he points his rapier at him. You're mine. And he's gonna cast Fathomless Curse on him.
Okay, what does that do?
Me read it for you. Fathomless Curse. Oh, sorry. Once per short rest as a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet to curse for a minute. Against the cursed target, I have +3 to damage rolls, and I score a critical on a 19 or a 20.
He's about 50 feet from you.
Okay. I will Walk my 30, and then Eldritch Blast.
All right, you have to go by one of the privateers. She is going to take her attack of opportunity. That is a 13. I believe that will miss.
Yes.
And he is now in range. Go for it.
First one is a 22.
That'll hit.
Second one is also a 22.
That'll hit.
That is the first one is 18.
Oof.
And the second one not as good, but a 10.
You watch as these two streaks of light slam into the chest of the half-orc captain, kind of bouncing him back. You can just see smoke and just the smell of burnt leather and flesh kind of coming up, permeating from his chest. That actually hit him pretty hard. You look at the others, kind of look in your direction to see where the shots came from, and they all begin to pull out pistols. It's the large orc that concerns you. As you watch, it pulls a small cannon off of its back and begins to shoulder it into his armpit, points it right at you. As a reaction, he fires. All of you just hear this loud explosion near the front of the ship. The whole ship is just covered in smoke and fire and flame in the direction where Jin was standing. Jin, does a 19 hit? You feel
Sure does.
You feel the full weight of scattershot pelt into you.
Well, I was gonna ring an alarm bell that we have on deck for emergencies, but I think the cannon going off might be a big enough signal. We're good with that.
You take 21 points
That
of
might be
piercing
hit
damage.
My God. Oh my God. Well, I got 400 and something backup characters, so let's go.
One sec.
He
Can't
was
have...
able to fire that personal cannon as a reaction.
Correct.
Ooh. That's cool.
Tell my mom I love her. Send the gold back to Marquette.
All right, with that...
Would Jin have said anything about family or anything like that to anybody?
Oh, Jin would have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Citrus Boy absolutely would have regaled you with tales of his mom and his dad before he passed away.
Cool.
So with that, that'll finish your turn, Jen. He uses reaction on you. Omni, you're up, and then Gatharn is on deck.
Should I roll a perception check to see if I heard Gatharn, like retcon it, see if I heard him yell, "Somebody bring me my hammer"?
No, what's your passive?
11.
DC 10. You probably would have heard him yelling. He's pretty fucking loud.
Yeah. Okay. Sound effects? Oh, like, what is happening around? Oh, it's not in my room. Okay. Yeah, with running up to the deck, I would have grabbed his hammer for him.
Okay.
Can I bonus action toss him his hammer?
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Cool. All right.
Gatharn, give me a deck save, please.
Just chuck it into the ocean.
16.
16. You catch it, no problem. As Omni tosses the hammer over to you.
And as I jump, we're not up top. We're on the middle section. Okay. I am going to, prior to doing anything, I'm going to yell out to everybody, all the baddies. From this angle, which one is me?
Right there.
That one. Okay. I will move a little bit down to the actual center of the area, so I'm not next to the stairs. and we'll yell out to everybody as like a warning. You're breaking the rules of the Revels. I suggest you all leave our ship immediately before we are forced to dispatch you. And as I'm doing that, I'll start casting Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
And let's see. I get to choose what I want it to be. Let's go with. I don't want to mess up the ship, so we're not going to do fire. We're not going to do acid. Let's try lightning.
Okay.
See how that goes. We'll do Chromatic Orb, and I'm going to upcast it. It is normally a 4-inch diameter sphere, so as I'm saying this, I'm just like building this energy in my hands. And if I cast it at a second level or higher, the damage increases for 1d8 for each slot. And I have... How many spell slots do I have? Or not spell slots, what level? I can do up to level 2. I can do up to level 2. So that'll be 4d8 of lightning damage. So
He yells, Kamehameha.
Is there a save?
I
Or do you have to roll to hit?
think I rolled a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, if the attack hits, the creature takes 3d8 damage of the type.
Go for it.
So and that is plus 8 to hit. Nice. Wait. Okay, that's not 18, that's 13. 13 plus 8 though, so 21.
21.
And that is going to be at the Goliath with the cannon that just shot Jin.
The orc with the cannon?
Yes, the orc with the cannon
Gotcha.
that just shot Jin.
Go ahead. That definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Sweet. Okay, so 4d8. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15. 23 points of lightning
Ooh.
damage.
Nice. You guys watch as an orb kind of floats and then goes just making a trail across the ship and slams into the orc holding the giant cannon. Takes the full brunt of it, smoking leathers and the smell of burning flesh permeating off of his body. Still on his feet, but that was a lot of damage. He definitely looks hurt.
I already used my bonus action, and I used basically all my movement, so that's my turn.
All right, Gatharn, you are up, and then the bad guys are on deck.
All right.
Like literally.
See what you did there. That was cool.
I take it where they're all amassed, where like there's those 5. And then we got the other 4 on the other side, right?
Yep, there's a bugbear off to your right by about 20 feet. You are right here. There is a human female dressed in simple leathers alongside Jin, about 15 feet in front of you. Medi's to your right. Omni's now in the middle, and Aphiola's directly in front of you by about 10 feet.
Did any of them happen to like listen or like have a reaction to anything that I said?
Give me a quick persuasion while Gatharn's figuring out what to do.
Where can I get with it 40 feet?
I mean, 40 feet's a lot of movement.
22.
22. The Goliath just looks down at you and goes, "Fuck you. We know she cheated. We know she used magic."
All right, so can I get to the middle of the 5?
Up there?
First, you're going to have to take the 605 and then
yeah,
merge
15,
on.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, you get right
405 south. It'll be fine.
Stupid.
there.
All right.
You get them,
how
buddy.
high-
from where
You
you're
put
at,
them in
6
their
to 10.
place.
How high up is the
These
deck from below deck?
Non-LA people.
About how high do you say we are from the deck on once we're up here?
About 10 feet.
Rage.
Okay, go into a rage. You're in base with the orc with the cannon. You're also in base with a tiefling as well.
7.
you had to run by one of the other privateers to get up the stairs, and she hit you with an 18. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits.
You take 10 points of slashing damage as she just slashes you with a scimitar as you go running by. You
Okay.
rolled a 7.
Yep. I have no idea what that does.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten that one yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh. As you go into a rage, for all of you down on the deck, you watch as a 30-foot black sphere appears. You can no longer see anybody in this darkness that's kind of manifested on this part of the ship. Gatharin, you are currently blind as well. You can neither see, and they cannot see you, as your wild magic has created a 30-foot radius of darkness.
That's a Jin
Jin
hand
can.
of I can see because I'm cool.
Yeah.
I
Now-
have devil sight.
Yep.
Jin, you can't
So-
see. That means the tiefling can see as well.
I have dark vision. Does that allow me to see through this or not?
Nope. Has to be magical
All right.
sight.
Okay.
So you will
So
be
it's
attacking
basically-
with disadvantage unless you go reckless. If you go reckless, then you will
Get 'em,
be
buddy.
with regular attacks.
Yep. Okay. And you said I was next to a tiefling and the other dude?
And the orc with the cannon.
So I'm going to go reckless on that bastard.
Okay, go for it.
First one is a 21 to hit.
21 will definitely hit.
And the second one is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit as well. Go ahead and roll damage for both.
Okay.
Lemons and
da-da.
limes. Lemons and limes. Kitty! I want
2d6 plus
to pet the
2d8.
kitty. I can't. I want to pet kitty.
She's got big purrs right now.
Callista got Chi-Chi adopted and got Mr. Bucket adopted. She got two cat. She got a cat
Oh.
and a dog adopted today.
I just realized I don't have to go reckless if I'm swinging with the hammer.
Oh, that's right. The hammer gives you advantage.
Yep.
So it's your call.
Let's see what reckless. I don't think I actually have reckless attack.
Are you not high enough level yet? What level are you?
Well, no, because I'm Path of Wild Magic.
That's right.
All right.
I
So
think all barbarians get reckless attack at level 2.
I
hold
thought
on.
they did, unless there's something in
Oh, geez.
subclass.
But there's no point in you going reckless here because all it does is give you advantage, and then people get advantage to attack you. So
Yeah, if your hammer gives you
Okay,
advantage, you're better off going off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's. Oh, I keep forgetting I have advantage on dex saving throws. All right. Anyway. Yeah. So I'm using my hammer, so that gives me. Yeah, advantage. So basically, I roll normal.
Okay.
And 2d lightning damage on a failed dex save. That's per hit, right?
Yes.
All right. So DC's 13.
That is a 16 on the first one.
All right. So do they take half, or is it just negated?
It's negated if they succeed.
All right. Then the first one is for 13 damage.
Okay.
Second attack. Do they save?
That would be a 12.
They fail. Sweet. That means they take 23 damage.
You hear two loud thumps. First, a cannon falling to the ground, and then a large body form of an orc falling to the ground at your feet.
And that basically used up my entire movement to get where I'm at, right?
Correct.
All right. See, bonus action was rage, move action, attack. Okay, that's it.
That'll finish your turn. The bad guys are up. Meta, you have a Githyanki attacking you.
Bring it on.
Afiola, you have a Goliath and an elf attacking you. Omni, you have a bugbear coming at you. And
I meant
then
to ask.
go ahead. What's up?
I was getting my food delivered. So, as a reaction to them waking me up and me seeing the captain and everything, can we say I shifted
Sure.
into my cat form?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. That was what I intended, but then my food came and I got distracted.
And then Gatharn, you're getting mobbed.
So is
If they can
Medi
see
keeping
me,
her,
they don't even know
her
what
appetite
happened.
under control right now? No, Medi's not keeping her appetite under control.
It's up to Medi.
There's
All
some
right.
liver and a red Chianti over there.
So, Medi, you have 2 scimitar attacks coming at you. That is a 10 and a 17.
17 hits.
Is 7 points of slashing damage. Afiola, you have a single maul attack coming at you and 2 scimitar attacks coming at you. We'll do the maul first. That is a 16.
Hits.
That is going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And then the elf is using 2 scimitars. That is a 20, dirty 20, and 11.
11 misses, but obviously.
That is 7 points of slashing damage from the elf. Omni, the bugbear, is using a mace on you. That is going to be a 12.
Miss.
And then he's going to bonus action headbutt you. Give me a strength save, please.
Not my beautiful captain's face.
13.
13, that'll fail. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the headbutt. Jin, you have 2 scimitar attacks coming at you. That is a 11 and a 19.
The 19 hits, but can I use my reaction for impeccable footwork?
Sure. What does that do?
Imposes disadvantage on that last strike.
Okay. That will be a 12.
Oh, they both miss.
Gatharn.
Jin does the Muhammad Ali shuffle.
Gatharn, you have 4 pistol shots coming at you, but with disadvantage because they're all in the darkness sphere. So the first rolls are a 19, 12, 17, and 16. Second roll...
Is double disadvantage possible because they're all within 5 feet of him?
No. They're shooting and then
range
running
weapon.
into him.
Ah, gotcha.
So that is going to be a 10, an 8, a 14, and that one rolled another 19 for 23. So I think only one hit.
Yeah, only one hits because the 19 hits.
Yep. That's going to be 14 points of piercing damage from the pistol shot, halved because you are raging, correct?
Yep.
Okay. That will finish their turn. Medi, you are up.
At the end of their turn,
Yeah.
I'm going to use Swift Side Reaction and move 10 feet up the stairs.
10 feet up the stairs.
10 feet towards
And
the
you
stairs.
avoid opportunity attack, right?
Yep.
Good lord.
Put you
and
right at
then-
the base of the stairs.
Do I know about Tiefling's ability to see in magical darkness?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
But he was actually in base with you, so he still had disadvantage while shooting at you.
Yeah, but I'm just making sure that I go after the one that can actually fucking see.
Yeah, there's that. Medi, you are up, and then Afiola, you're on deck.
Wait, 2 questions.
Shoot.
Was I able to grab my short sword? And how far away am I from the captain?
Yes, you were able to grab your weapon. You are about 70 feet away from the captain as he is in that magical bubble of darkness.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. I will just brandish the short sword, move my 35 feet towards him. I know that I will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. You will actually get... no, you'll move into base with 1, not past it, so you only get 1 attack of opportunity. That is a 12. That will miss.
Correct. Wait, I'm moving into base with somebody else?
Yeah, because you're trying to make it towards the captain, right? So you're 30 feet. You've got to go by another person to get there. So
35. Come on now.
So here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 is either the bugbear or the other privateer. So it's your choice.
Let's go the other privateer.
That'll
And
put
have
you
another 5
right
feet of
along Jin. But because you finish in base with her, she does not get an opportunity to attack at you.
Cool. So I can't use my extra 5 feet to go, like, to her left or right?
35 feet gets you right there, right at the
Got
base of the
it. Okay.
stairs.
I was hearing you say 30, so I was just checking. Okay. I will bonus action hex the captain. Because why would I not?
Okay.
And then
You said what? That's me.
Eldritch Blast. Yeah, you guys.
She's
well,
infringing on my shit. She's infringing on my shit.
With the skill checks, so it would be like perception
Sure.
or insight.
Up to you. You pick.
It's not
let's-
saves as well.
No, it's just checks.
Just checks.
Bummer.
Let's go strength because
Okay.
I feel like there's probably going to be an attempt to grapple him or something.
This dude is
In
hella
the future.
cursed, by the way. I cursed his ass.
Now, are you trying to put that
Medi
on?
just cursed his ass.
Do you have magical sight, Medi?
Am I in a bubble?
No, but the captain is, because you're trying to put this on the captain, right?
Oh.
So
okay.
that whole glom, like this whole group up here, is like a dark black bubble.
I
that-
thought the captain was over there,
no,
not
no,
in
no.
the glom.
No, he's
I see Medi trying to cast it. I'm like, no, he's right over here. Good. Send it.
I see. Okay. Nope, was not aware that he was in the bubble. Cool. That makes a difference. Are the people that are not in the bubble?
there is the female human standing next to you, the bugbear behind you, the Goliath and the elf that tried to engage with Afiola, and the Githyanki that you left behind at the stairwell that took a shot at you, or took a slice at you but missed.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Cool. As far as I can see, we're all kind of exactly the same color and looking like exactly the same person, so it's kind of hard to tell. My bad. I'm gonna instead. You said I'm in base with this human person,
Yep,
though.
you
That's
were
the
right
privateer.
here.
Yeah. I'll stab her instead. Why not?
Go for it.
20
That'll definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
and a 22.
That'll-
Let's hex her instead. Let's just do it.
That's fine.
Because we can move it if we need
Mhm.
to. All right.
Spicy.
Yeah. Let's go, boys.
Let's
You
go,
know?
boys.
Let's go, boys. Oh, my baby
boys.
bean.
I mean, I'll forgive you for infringing on my little warlock.
All right.
Sure.
First is 10 points of piercing, 1 point of necrotic. And wow, these are trash rolls. Another 10 points of piercing, 2 points of necrotic.
Yeah, I mean, your weapon digs into her. You just feel it get into her. You can see the necrotic energy kind of pulse into the wound. She looks a little rough, but she's still on her feet.
I'll attempt to intimidate her by just showing her my fangs and saying, "You look a lot like dinner."
Give me persuasion with advantage, please. Especially since she watches.
Persuasion or intimidation?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Intimidation with advantage.
Yeah.
Because it was a badass line.
It was a pretty badass line. That's very true.
You look
Ooh.
tasty.
Because I get to add my intelligence instead of my charisma to my intimidation attempts. That would be a 22.
22. She panics, and she is now considered frightened.
Yeah, she does.
All right, that'll finish your turn, Medi. Shannon.
I said yes.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
There's
Um,
a sleeping small bean, so I'm trying to be quiet.
That Fiola, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the second round.
Do we still have an advantage if we're firing a ranged attack from a height in 5?
No. The height difference does not count for advantage.
I have the high ground, Anakin. Don't try it. Come on.
That's what I was going for. All right. Well, in that case,
Unfortunately,
still
you're not
anyway.
versus a Sith Lord at the moment.
How high up is the platform
But you
on
could
the
be
mast
against a gift
from where
lord.
from the
The
Yeah.
crow's nest is about 40 feet above you.
All right. I'm climbing up the crow's nest. I have 40 feet of movement.
That'll put you in the crow's nest.
And then I'm going to throw 2 daggers at.
You know what? I just realized what I forgot to do that makes this so much easier. My brain doesn't work sometimes, guys. I do apologize.
Needs more beer.
Yeah.
Ah, your glowy orb to put on the active players. I like it. There you are.
It's going to be the glowy orb from the spell.
Yeah.
You.
All right, so what are you doing?
All right. I am throwing 2 daggers from or at the one of the 2 that attacked me. I can't see what they are. I can't
The
remember.
Goliath and the elf down below you.
I'm going to throw them at the elf since she is likely to be lightlier armored.
Go for it.
That's a word. I swear.
Lightlier. Lightlier.
Lightlier.
Lightlier.
I think I should still get advantage, you know.
For
Since I'm in the
making
crow's nest
up
throwing
words.
Yes.
You take 2
For being in the
points.
crow's nest.
You take 2 points of psychic damage.
All right. First attack is a 27,
That'll hit.
and second is an 18.
That'll hit as well. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Do you want me to roll the damage separately, or can I roll it all together?
It's totally up to you.
It's not going to be a lot. I'll roll it together. 16 piercing.
Nice. 2 daggers stick into her, one in her shoulder, one right above her shoulder blade. She looks up at you. Still on her feet.
And I guess that's all I'm going to do.
All right. That'll finish your turn with the top of the second round. Jin, you are up. And then Omni, you're on deck. Jin, you are right here. And Omni, you're right here.
I will misty step behind the captain.
Okay.
What? The captain?
Oh,
You said the captain's in a globe of darkness.
yeah, he's in a globe of darkness, so I thought you meant Omni.
No, I have
Oh, that's right.
double
You
sight.
can see. That's right. That's right. So that will be 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. I'll put you right there.
All right, that's the captain right there.
Yep, right behind him.
I'm gonna pull out Light's Embrace, and I'm gonna shiv him twice in the back.
Go for it. And he's already taken a bit of damage.
Snicky, snicky, schnointh.
What?
Yep.
24,
24 will definitely hit.
and he needs to make a DC 13.
Gatharn
Or-
is also in front of him, so he can be flanked at this point.
Oh, the weapon you gave us, it's already given me advantage.
Gotcha.
Unless you want to give me like bonus advantage.
Oh, I'll give you a bonus.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh,
That's the porn parody of Among
Yeah.
Us.
he needs to make a DC 13 dexterity save.
Okay. That is a 8 plus 2 is a 10.
So he fails, and I get an extra D6 lightning. So let's see. 8, 11, 13 points of damage on the first hit.
Nice.
How's he looking? Wobbly?
He's looking rough. He took a lot of damage from Omni, and you
Okay.
just did some good damage to him as well. Kind of feel it. You even feel a rib kind of crack as you twist the shiv in his back.
All right, as I go for the second strike, I'm just gonna say it loud enough for him to hear. This is how you're gonna die, just exactly how you lived, in obscurity, marked by darkness, nobody knowing where you traveled, where you were, who you are. You're a fucking nobody. Now die like one.
Who the fuck is that?
In the background, you'll hear Omni yell out for everybody, "Spare their lives if you can. We need them as evidence."
26 points? Or 26 to
To
hit?
hit, that'll
we
definitely hit.
From the darkness, you hear a loud,
Being
resounding
ownership
"Fuck that!"
armed is probably pretty good evidence.
Another
These
DC
aren't our
13
weapons.
dexterity save, please.
Okay. That is a 9.
14, 20, 24 points of damage.
When you shiv him the second time, you bring the blade behind his neck, and you hear a popping sound as his windpipe just explodes outwards, and you watch his body collapse to the ground. But no one else can see this.
Yeah, that's all right. Nobody needs to see how evil Jin is. He dies, a little bit of his essence gets absorbed to Jin from the Fathomless Curse,
Okay.
and Jin gets 10 health points back.
Okay. Mark off those 10 health. Get those back.
Is he dead, or is that
Oh,
just
yeah.
an unconscious thing?
No,
he's-
no,
he's dead.
I blew the back of his neck out, bro. There's nothing left in there. Don't shake your head at me. You should have
No, I'm
told me
looking to
that
see-
before.
That was impressive. That was their shaking head.
I'm
as
looking to see
improvement.
what healing stuff I have, and none of it brings people back. It's only just simple healing, which is unfortunate because
Finish your turn, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay. Omni, you are up, and then Gatharin, you're on deck.
everything I was about to do just changed in an instant.
And remember, you can't
Well-
really see what's going up on the main.
Oh yeah, no, I have no clue what's going on up there.
Medi's
just
just
get the-
down at
I
the
just get
stairs.
the
She just gets a
feeling-
little arterial spray on Medi's face.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling that by the time that darkness drops, like Gatharn is just gonna be standing there surrounded by a bunch of bodies, and I'm like, oh no. Well, this bugbear is still right next.
And yet
to
again,
me.
I'll get blamed.
Well, you know,
Best to just stay out of the way of your hammer.
right?
If the kilt
Caution
fits.
in general.
I haven't even gotten a chance to get naked yet.
I will go ahead and face off with the bugbear, and I will use my short sword to just go ahead and make a melee attack.
Okay.
22.
22 will hit. Go for it.
Okay, it's just a d6. Are divine smites? Do you add them after the fact, or do you have to proclaim them before you do the attack action?
You normally say that during your attack, you're doing Divine Smite.
Okay, so can I pump a divine smite into
Absolutely.
that? Okay, cool. So that will be an additional 2d8.
Okay.
Nice. 7, 8, 9, 12. 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's not all piercing. 7 points of that is force damage?
I'm making you do
Radiant damage.
radiant
sorry.
damage. There you go.
And then the 5 points is just regular piercing.
Okay. Pretty big, beefy dude. You feel he's got less armor and a little bit more exposed skin, but you dig into the muscle and the meat of his right leg, and you just see the wound kind of split open. He grabs his, kind of roars at you. "Y'all gonna kill you, you motherfucker!"
Question.
Mm-hmm.
With the particular subclass that I have, I get the ability to, when I cast a spell of first level or higher, I can fly up to 10 feet away from that person. Would a Divine Smite cast at first level be considered like a first level spell, or is that
No,
it actually has to be like a
it has to be a spell. That just uses a slot.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that was just part of like the Temptress magic stuff.
Gotcha.
Because it uses a bonus action, but it needs to be an actual like spell from the spell list. So cool. Thank you for clarifying that. As a bonus action, then, yeah. There's not too much I could do as bonus actions. I'll convert sorcery points. I could do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and burn that to get a spell slot back. And that's my turn. Movement, actually. Oh, I'm still engaged with him. Never mind. I'm there.
You're right there
Yep.
at this point. Gatharn, you are up. You are in this mixed melee mob. You cannot see, but you definitely heard the half-orc drop from before, and you heard another individual drop. As far as you can tell, there might be 2 or 3 people swirling around you.
And the tiefling, I just remember being on my left.
Correct.
That's where I start swinging.
All right, go for it.
First one is a 22.
That'll hit.
And the second one is a natural 20.
Times 2 or twice the dice. It's up to you.
We'll just go times 2.
Okay.
Okay, so save.
That is an 11 plus 2, 13.
And it's a 13 to save. So
Yep.
they save. So 12.
All right.
And here is the natural 20. Did they save?
Oh, that's right. Keep forgetting each hit. That is a 15.
Damn, that would have been such good damage. So that is going to be 24.
All right. You just feel in this creature kind of reacting to it, and it looks at you, and after you hit it a second time, with its reaction, disappears, and you're not sure where it went. Those of you on deck, you watch as a burst of cloud appears down here. The tiefling
All right.
down below.
Yeah, I can feel the corpse at my feet, right?
Yeah, the orc.
All right, so for my movement, I'm going to tuck and roll and use his body as a shield.
Okay. You're still going to trigger 2 opportunity attacks at disadvantage. First one is a natural 20 or 9. 9 will miss. The second one is a double 7s for 12. That will miss. You tuck and roll. Where are you going with this tuck and roll?
I'm using the half-orc as a shield.
Okay. Are you moving or just staying right there?
I'm basically using his body as a shield. Like, basically, I dropped down, grabbed his corpse, and I'm putting it over me.
Okay, I thought you were moving. You made so because when you said tuck and roll, I'm assuming you might move.
Oh yeah, no. I'm using the corpse at my feet.
Okay,
I'm dropping down and I'm using him as a shield.
Gotcha. That will finish your turn. All right. That will finish your turn. The bad guys are up. Omni, you watch as the Githyanki utters an incantation of a spell, and you watch as a fire elemental appears on the deck of the ship. The tiefling looks over at Let's see. Looks over at Afiola, moves its fingers, utters an incantation, and 3 glowy darts head up in your direction for 8 points of piercing damage as the magic missiles strike you. Let's see here. Githyanki, that'll have summoning sickness. He will stay there. The tiefling just went. The Goliath and the elf will move in towards Omni on Medi and the other 2 on Gatharin. Gatharin, you have 2 attacks with disadvantage coming at you. First one is a 18.
That hits. Do I get anything for partial cover?
I'm okay adding 2 to your armor class.
Then that would miss.
Okay. The next one is a natural 20 or 12. And the 12 will miss.
I'll take the 12.
That'll finish them on you. Medi, you have 2 scimitar attacks coming at you.
1 second. Question.
2.
The person in front of me is frightened of me.
Oh, that's right. They cannot move towards you. I forgot that. I just saw the hex and I forgot that they're frightened. They have to... They can move, but they can't move towards you. Take your attack of opportunity as she moves away from you.
Okay. Question. Would you allow me to attempt to bite her as a reaction?
Yeah, go for it. With advantage because she's
Excellent.
frightened and
She's
running.
frightened.
Yeah,
Aha!
yeah, absolutely.
It's finally working out in Medi's advantage.
Yeah, I don't add as much to hit on that one, but it's still a 21.
21 definitely hits.
Woohoo! That was very exciting.
Did you ever
I
take
do
any
really
of that?
remember.
Did you take any of that stuff that Raylene gave you?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
That was the way that I was able to kind of control myself.
gotcha.
Okay.
I told you last session you was gonna feast and I was gonna get.
Oh,
my
by the
issue.
way, for a
Yeah.
fun mechanic for you, Medi, if you get a natural 20 on a bite, you have a ability to drain target.
Delicious.
Everyone is now a potential juice box.
If you have blood,
Yeah, as long as they're in a
Everyone
construct or
living.
undead. Okay. So I'm going to, I can choose which one of these options. So I'm going to gain a bonus to the next
What
ability
about
check,
mostly dead?
or the next ability check, or attack roll I make equal to the damage dealt by the bite, and the damage dealt by the bite is 10. So whatever my next attack is adding 18.
Nice. I mean, you dig right into the base of her neck and throat, getting a good amount of this human blood in your mouth, and just you begin to pulse and pulse, pull it into your system. You feel that kind of magical reaction kick in from the effect. This frightened, terrified woman, you're latched onto her, and she is trembling with fear at this point.
And there was another person that was in front of me, right? Or in base with me?
No, that was just her. So
Okay.
It was just these 2.
The next nearest person, I'll just say to them, I encourage you to stay close.
Give me intimidation.
Woohoo! With a plus 18. Let's go. I rolled a 4, but it's a 22.
Gotta love those boosts. The bugbear briefly looks over its shoulder at you, currently just draining this individual by the neck. And he just sees your face lift off the neck, your eyes glaze a red kind of hue, and you say that to him. He immediately panics and runs off the deck of the ship. Omni, get an attack of opportunity as he disengages with you as a reaction and is now attempting to jump off the edge of the ship.
With disengage, I still get an opportunity attack?
Yeah,
or-
it's just a reaction he's taking
Oh, gotcha.
because he's
Not an
considered frightened. So you do
Gotcha.
have advantage as well.
Oh, yeah, the first one was a 17, but the second one was a 14. So 17 plus 9.
26 will hit.
25.
26. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I'm gonna pump a first level divine smite into it.
It's an opportunity attack, so you can't really do that. Just a straight melee.
I'm going to roll my regular
Yeah,
d6.
straight melee attack.
9 points of piercing.
Nice. And he will leap off the edge of the ship. Sploosh. It disappears from sight. I think... Okay, that was dealing with her that was frightened. That's why we had to stop with that. And then, of course, all of that. Actually, I forgot it was during their initiative. So yeah, I disengaged as an action, but that's fine. He's already off the ship. The Tiefling went on a Fiola. The Githyanki cast Summon Elemental. Omni, you have a Goliath and an Elf coming at you. The Elf will be a 22. The Goliath will be a 22 as well. They both will hit. We'll do
The second one misses.
You're so mean to me. That's 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the maul.
Okay.
And then 7 points of slashing damage from the scimitar.
Cool.
Gatharn, did I roll for you already?
Yep, they
Okay.
both missed.
Okay. That will wrap up their turn. Medi, you are up, and then Afiola, you're on deck.
The man that just jumped off the ship, how far did he jump?
10 feet.
I'm going
Get 'em.
to
Get 'em, girl.
shove her off of me and go after him. Just tap, tap,
Okay.
and attempt to get this man because I feel like he's going to tell people that I'm eating people, and we can't have that. That would be crazy.
You know what they always say in the schoolyard? Snitches get bit in the throat.
As you
That's
get
true.
to the edge of the ship, you can see an unconscious bugbear floating in the water.
The bugbear is the one that jumped off, the one that I'm going after.
Correct.
Did he hurt himself landing, jumping off the ship?
I didn't roll a great
Belly
deck
flop.
save.
Oh no.
He had like 2 hit points left. He took 3 points of falling damage when he hit the water. So it's 10 feet up.
Okay, well,
He's just sitting there floating.
That
alright.
belly flop damage is brutal.
Well, now he looks like maybe if we can deal with the captain, because I don't know if the captain has dealt with, maybe that's more crew. So, never mind.
Fair enough.
Run back to the woman and just. Wah!
So it was 20 feet there. How much more to get back?
I have 15 feet more.
Okay. So you will come back 5 feet short of being back in base with her.
I don't like that. I don't like that very much at all. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. Eldritch Blast. To her throat. She's frightened
Copyright
still. Do I
infringement.
have advantage?
I believe so. Frighten gives you advantage attacks.
Good. 'Cause that's a natural one. Okay. So the first one still misses, because unless a 12 hits.
12 does not hit.
Okay, cool. But I imagine a 25 does.
25 definitely hits.
Cool. If you said no, I'd have been like, ooh.
That'll kind of negate all the other hits.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. That's gonna be 17 points of Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, you just carve a hole right in her chest. Blows out the backside and she collapses to the deck. I will leave the hex marker out so you can remember to move it if you choose.
Yeah. I haven't used a bonus action yet. So
No, you
I
have
can
not.
move it. Looks like a target still here. Let's see.
There is a God, my brain isn't working. A tiefling about 10 feet in front of you. Omni is currently surrounded by an elf and a Goliath. You can
Oh,
see...
obviously move the hex onto Omni, you know.
Okay.
No.
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 I'll move it on to the Gith because that's the person that just casts this summoning spell, right?
Correct.
That seems like a target.
That'll be your turn. Afiola, you are up, and then we will be at the start of the third round.
All right, so the Gith that's right underneath me.
Yep.
I'm going to walk over to the edge of the crow's nest. I haven't pulled my next set of throwing daggers, so claws out on all four paws. I'm jumping down to land on him.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Um,
I will do acrobatics.
yeah. Give me acrobatics.
That's an Assassin's Creed assassination
With
attempt.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
advantage?
In this case, yes, because he's not aware that you're doing this. And I'll say
And I'm
at
very
40
familiar with-
feet, I'm comfortable with that. And you're kind of
Okay.
proficient in this move. So
Double advantage because she's a cat and cat lands on their feet always.
Well, she's landing on someone's feet.
Yeah.
It's like 10 hypodermic needles going into that guy's back right now.
So I'm at a 27.
Okay, the 27 means that you're falling directly on top of the individual.
Yes.
Now give me a d20. Give me an attack with advantage.
It's
Oh,
rare
who-
that Shannon is the
Do
one
I
that
get
gets booted.
2 attacks because it's 2 claws?
My name's Medi, and I
Well,
bite people for fun.
I'm gonna let
He's
you
still
kind of
in.
flavor this the way that, because this is
Okay.
kind of a unique situation. So you
So,
can use your
I am going to then definitely be using my sneak attack because this is the definition of sneak attack.
Yes, I'm okay with that. That can be the key to your advantage. Is it's a
So-
sneak attack.
It's going to be, this is unarmed because it's claws. We're at a 23.
23. Now I'm gonna have him make a strength saving throw to determine
To
if
see if he
he
collapses underneath me.
right. If he makes the strength saving throw, he's only going to take half the damage from you jumping on top of him that he would take from the weight of you jumping on top of him. He'll still take the full damage from your attack, but I'm seeing to see if he saves from like the physical, strike from the high 40-foot fall onto
But
him.
with a full-grown cat.
That is going to be a 10 plus 3, a 13. That will fail. The DC was a 15. So at 40 feet, so roll your claw damage, and then roll 4d6, a d6 for each 10 feet that you successfully land on top of him.
46 and my claws. We said just 1 claw attack or 2 since I had all 4 claws out, but I'm assuming.
So if you want to take the advantage of both attacks, then you're not going to do any damage from the jump.
Okay, no, I'll just stick with my jump damage.
Okay.
And those, so it's going to be 4.
So you kind of like land on top of him and swipe at him at the same time.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, Shannon's
plus
still-
my sneak attack.
Shannon's still missing.
Yeah.
She's muted and her camera is actually off, so maybe it's an emergency.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 26 damage.
Nice. And he will be considered prone as you land on top of him. Now give me a dex save to avoid taking full damage from the jump. Well, here's the thing. If you make your dex save, you take no damage. If you fail your dex save, you'll take damage from the jump.
Okay. Natural 20.
What'd you roll?
It was a natural 20, so 25.
Nice. Yeah, you easily land. The form is prone. He still looks conscious, looking up at you in complete shock and surprise. But you can see his arm is kind of buckled, strange angle underneath his body. You can see where your claws kind of opened up a wound across his chest. He's looking pretty rough, but he's still conscious.
So, since that, what are we counting that as? Is
That
that just my move, or and
no,
or is that my
that's your
attack?
that's
my
your
attack
that's your attack action,
and my move,
and your move. So you still have your bonus action.
and then as my bonus action, I am going to. Where am I? Shit. I'm just gonna pin him down. I'm gonna say where I am, pause, and pinning him down to the deck of the ship.
Okay, pinning him down would be like a grapple. That's an action.
Yeah.
But he's already. He's already.
He's prone. I'm already on top of him. My claws have already sunk in. I'm just.
Gotcha.
Kind of.
Gotcha.
Reaffirming that I have attacked him and he is on the deck of the ship.
Gotcha. Welcome back, Maddie. We missed you.
Yeah, apparently my camera crashed when I stood up to grab chips, so sorry.
Yeah, it was an emergency. We were right.
It was chips.
Yep.
All right, that will finish Afiola's turn. All of you watch as she leaps from the 40-foot high crow's nest, lands on top of the Githyanki, digs her claw across its chest, and you hear its arm kind of shatter underneath the blow. She seems to have this individual under control.
I don't see shit.
Let me do one thing really quick. Yes, it is. And like clockwork, fire elemental disappears as he loses concentration.
Sweet.
All right. That will finish Afiola's turn. We're at the top of the third round. Jin, you are up. Omni, you're on deck.
Alrighty. I will sheath Light Embrace into the half-orc captain's skull, and I will dispel the darkness around Gatharn.
As the bubble of darkness, is dispelled. Gatharn, you can see the dead captain. You can see the dead orc that was carrying the cannon. Looking down and out among the deck that is now littered with other bodies as well. They all kind of look up where the darkness is kind of dissipated. There is a visceral reaction, almost like a kind of, they can tell something's wrong with the captain, but they can't quite see it. The Goliath and the other half orc that are up here see the captain on the ground, and Jin, you're beginning to see that look of, oh fuck, now what do we do? You know, that kind of, maybe we picked a bad fight.
I stare at them. I say, there's no turning back now. Be men. Finish what you started. And I'll summon a tentacle of the deep from behind him.
I'm a Goliath, but okay.
No, as he's saying that, the tentacle of the deep comes up from behind him and just smashes down as he says, I am.
Go ahead and roll to hit. Trying to remember if I have one of those. I think I do.
21.
21 will definitely hit.
He will take 8 points of cold damage.
Nice. I reorganized my spell pawns, and I don't remember where I put them. I need to get those back over here again.
He takes 8 points of hentai damage.
Hentai damage?
Mm-hmm.
I just took 2 points of psychic damage from that fucking joke.
It wasn't a slam down. It actually was a penetration.
Oh, you know what? I hate you all.
Wrong channel. There's a different channel for that.
All right.
You're all going to have to subscribe to the OnlyFans for that channel. Free content.
With that, you watch as it
penetration.
What'd you get for damage, Jin?
8 points of cold damage.
8 points of cold damage. It kind of like cracks him in the head, and he looks up at the tentacle, looks down at the dead captain, looks at you, kind of looks across the ship. There's definite concern in his face.
Love the smell of fear. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Oh my god. That will finish Jen's turn. Omni, you are up, and then Gatharn is on deck.
So seeing this bubble of darkness get dispelled, and should I make a perception roll, see if I can see what's going on with the captain? Things I'd like to say.
Your passive is a 10, right, or 11?
11.
11? It's above a 10. I'll say you can make out that the captain is down. You just don't know if he's dead or not.
Okay, cool. As long as I can tell that he's down.
Yeah.
I will. And in front of me there is an elf, and that's it, right? You said the bugbear is.
The bugbear's gone, but the Goliath and the elf are still in front of you.
Goliath and the elf.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will look to both of them and then also kind of like yell out a bit over the shoulder so that the ones in the back deck can hear me as well, and just say, "We only need one of them to corroborate what happened here. You all have a choice right now.
Give me intimidation.
You can choose to fight or you can submit. And depending on how this intimidation roll goes, I might be casting command on whoever looks the least concerned.
Bonus action intimidation, because this is a focused effort.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 21.
Okay.
21.
That is a natural 20 plus 1 for insight. The two of you are faced off. There's concern, but you get the feeling that your overall kind of bravado falls a little bit short or slightly on deaf ears.
Is that just for the Goliath?
Yeah. The Goliath
Okay.
looks at you. You only need one of us to corroborate the fact that your mate stole our fucking ship. Funny how that's going to work against you.
I said submit, and I'll cast command on him.
What's the save on that?
Let me go to the spell. 16 wisdom.
Holy shit. That is a natural 18 minus 2 for a 16. You just feel the spell kind of dissipate. You get the feeling that his anger just kind of overwhelms the situation. And he just kind of double grips his maul and just stares back at you. You still have your move.
Well, I don't have anything else to fucking do.
You still have your move.
I have 2 people next to me. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, but you have that thing. If you cast a spell, you can bounce back 10 feet.
Yeah, this isn't that kind of moment. This isn't like a fleeing moment to get away from them. This is a stare down. Like, I'm not gonna just say something badass and then be like, oh, just kidding. Just like dip away. No.
Here's my milk money. Bye.
Right there.
Omni refuses to be comedic relief.
That will finish Omni's turn. Gathard, you are up. You're currently facing off against the Goliath and the half-orc. You can see Jin off to your left, and this strange purple and green tentacles smacking the Goliath in the head.
All right. How do they look equipped-wise?
I mean, they still have full brace of pistols along their chest, scimitars. The Goliath is wielding them all.
Does the half-orc have any tribal tattoos?
What's your passive?
14, I think.
Not that you can tell. In fact, he has no tattoos whatsoever that you can see.
An orc, I call him a human.
Oh, well, thank you.
And then I smash him in the gonads with my hammer.
Go for it.
Oh, and there's no darkness, so this is an advantage.
Yes, it is, because you are raging.
That is a 26 to hit for the first one.
Okay.
And the second one is 24 to hit.
And dex saves for both?
Yep.
That is a 9 and a 12.
All right, so that is 10 regular damage and 5 lightning damage. So 15 damage for the first one.
Okay.
Second one is 13 regular damage and 12 lightning damage. So for a total of 25.
So that's 25 and what?
What
What was the first one?
10 regular and...
Was it 13?
Yeah, it was 13 total.
20. So 3
And then
lightning,
25.
10 regular? Gotcha.
I think so. It might have been 4. No, I think it was 4 lightning.
So 14.
Yeah.
So that is 39 points of damage. You bring the hammer straight down into his good berries. There's a sickening
It's just
kind
more
of
like up.
yeah. There's a sickening kind of thud, and this like squishy sound when you hit him. You watch as his leather breech just turns into a puddle of blood. He grabs onto his crotch and just drops unconscious onto the deck.
I look up at the Goliath. Please say you're not giving up too.
The Goliath looks at you, your hammer covered with the blood of the half-orc, looking over at Jen, and then looking up at the tentacle. Give me an intimidation check for that little nuance that you just did.
Charisma or strength-based?
Charisma. I mean, unfortunately, it's going to be charisma-based.
15.
15. He doesn't seem to want to give up, but he seems uncertain as to what to do next. He's a little confused.
I'm pretty sure I had flipped my hammer around, so it was the claw end that went into the ghoulies.
Yeah, it was a sight. It was a sight that both you and Jen just experienced. Fortunately, no one else saw it, except for the Goliath. So, that will finish your turn, correct?
Yeah, because I don't need to move, right? Am I in base with the Goliath?
You are in base with the Goliath, correct.
Can I get really in base with the Goliath?
I mean, you could come out from underneath the dead orc that you were using as a shield and like stand in between his legs, sure.
Yep.
Okay, that'll finish your move.
And I'm like aiming for his nuts for my next shot.
Fair enough. That'll finish your turn. So, the Githyanki is going to, while lying on the ground prone, point their point their hand directly up at you for another magic or for a magic missile. The Tiefling did it before. The Githyanki's doing it this time. That is 9 points of piercing damage as another 3 darts just point blank drive into your chest. That was his action. He's not going to contest. Well, technically he can use half his move to get up. Give me athletics or acrobatics really quick, Afiola.
With advantage? Because I have my claws still in him?
Sure.
You jitsu that motherfucker.
Acrobatics.
Spin move. Get him in lock.
Yeah. Hold on to
Go.
his skin gi.
29.
29. I rolled a natural 20 plus 2, 22. So you definitely have him pinned. He tries to get up, is unable to get up after striking you with the darts. So that will finish his turn. The Goliath and Elf are coming at you, Omni. The Goliath with an 18.
Miss.
Does that really miss?
Yeah.
What's your AC now? 20?
19.
19. Gotcha. The Elf is a 10, so that will miss as well. The Tiefling...
As they swing and miss,
Yeah.
I'll just tell them, your captain is down. What are you fighting for?
As a reaction, give me intimidation or persuasion, your choice.
I feel like the first one was intimidation. That didn't work out too well, so this one would kind of be more persuasion. Like, what skin do you have in the game now?
Right.
Yes, your ship. You
Go
can
for
still
it.
be on it.
Your position will not change much.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely they will. They'll be hanging from the freaking single mast. Ain't no letting no traitor, treasonous bastard hanging up on her.
26.
26.
Is it much?
They both look at you. The elf looks at you and goes, "We convince our comrades to lay down their weapons. You'll tryst with us."
It's
I suppose they
Tristy,
call it
fuck!
parlay because tryst is it's a little different, but parlay, yes.
They saw you with Huck.
I mean, I'm still down with the Tristing if it's fucking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad manners. Yeah, parlay.
Indeed.
Parlay
Yes.
these nuts.
The tiefling
Jim.
kind of looks over to see this. The Goliath up on the main deck looks down. They all kind of share a glance at each other. And you watch as they begin to put their arms down onto the deck of the ship. The Githyanki looks up at you and just kind of puts its hands away from its sides. It seems that they've decided to give up.
I'll go ahead and Omni's not like that comfortable yelling out orders unless they're like given from above, but in this instance he's like battle energy and there is no command, like he is the top one at this point. So I'll just go ahead and say lower your arms. Not your arms, your weapons.
Jin will
Shoot
take
you
the
with a
rapier. We'll take the rapier out of the former Captain Formosan's head and lop his head off and toss it towards Omni's feet.
Okay, well that's rather excessive, but I think the point's been made, yes.
For good measure, I pick up with my claw still in the Yankee and like shove him back against the thing before I stand up.
Okay.
Shove him back against the deck.
I go jump to check on the bugbear to make sure he didn't drown.
She put her Kool-Aid in the fridge.
Yeah. Just wanted it chilled first.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
So the half-orc is still technically alive because I just knocked him unconscious, right?
Looking at him, yeah, he's technically unconscious and bleeding out through his crotch.
He's now a eunuch, yes.
You're not a eunuch, are you?
I look up at the Goliath. So I heard Trist. Fuck.
Oh,
I actually don't know what that means. That fucking fancy elf uses words like that all the time. Just don't hit me with that thing. It looks scary. And can you do me a favor? Can you make sure your friend don't drink me? No, not that one.
Which
The scary guy right here.
Jin, you drink people?
only when they asked him.
Oh yeah, you gotta ask him.
I don't want to ask him anything.
Oh, then
Why
he's
not?
probably not gonna drink you.
You know, it's very rude to be talking about somebody when.
Hey,
they're
let's go
sitting
get
right
some
next to
rum.
You ever had people rum? I heard Goliath rum is the best.
Not
kind of
just
rum.
yet.
But-
But we're not fighting anymore, and they gave up.
But
Yeah, we still need to talk.
I'm confused. Can I help me mate up? Do you mind?
Only if you want to.
Oh
keep
yeah,
your
I'll show you where the med bay's at. Come on.
Wait, you have a med bay.
What's happening here?
Yeah, it's where we keep people when they're injured. I nearly blew it up last time.
You were gonna say Medi's food.
Same.
It's Medi's
Medi's pantry?
pantry.
Yeah, it's the Medi Bay.
I was gonna say it's the Medibay. It's not the
So
Medibay.
first of all, Medi,
Medibay.
going over to the edge, you can see where the bugbear is floating. He eventually succumbed to asphyxiation and drowning. You watch as his dead form kind of slips underneath the water. Gatharn,
A
you're
tentacle comes up and goes. "Whoop."
as this conversation is playing out, and everyone's kind of like confused. The Githyanki is like moving away from Aphiola. The elf and the other Goliaths seem to be kind of examining their other compatriots that are now lying dead on the deck. All of you hear a voice near the edge of the gangway. What in the fuck is going on here? There's at least
We got new crewmates.
There's at least 12 Thorvald patrol standing there on the gangway, gradually making their way on the deck. They look around. Who the hell fired off a cannon? I heard a fucking cannon.
It'd be the dead one over there on top. Right there.
I heard nothing.
Oh, I mean, I
Nobody
heard
move.
nothing.
Still here?
Stay exactly where the fuck you are. And you
Go
watch
ahead and
as
sheathe my short sword.
I'm gonna kick the guy.
I
the Yankee.
I dismiss my rapier
Okay.
from existence.
Hey Fiola, what are you doing?
I'm kicking the Yankee that's at my feet.
Okay. Just kind of
Asshole.
He never got up.
Yeah, he's still like kind of reacting to that amazing superhero drop. Eventually, you watch as the two patrolmen kind of make their way up. The two guards make their way up onto the upper deck. They seem to look, and then the other one, they kind of exchange words briefly, and then they point at the captain, and they pick his kind of beheaded corpse and his head. You know, we don't normally like to report these things, paperwork and all. Perhaps we can take care of the fees now rather than later.
Jin starts counting. 1.
But the instigator is dead.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. I just assume haul all your asses in
No.
and
Hold
sort
on.
it out
I
later.
got all this. I got all handled.
11,
I got it.
12.
How much is it gonna cost?
I don't know. It's just a small fee from a small goblin.
Oh, go get him, Gatharn. I'm right here
got
with
you.
you, buddy. I'm right here with you. You
Omni
fucking
just
Not
dead.
a goblin. I've had good goblin
face
friends, and we
palms,
look
just-
nothing alike.
Yeah, it's a joke.
And with that response, the facepalm goes from like we're all about to get arrested to what the like
Good-
the,
Alright,
the
well-
amount of self-control that he is witnessing at this
Gatharn,
point
he
is insane.
called you a goblin. Come on, you fucking little goblin. Go get him.
He said it was a joke.
He's
Now
not
you
joking.
called me a goblin twice.
Shh.
So do I go after you?
Both of you guys, shut up.
I mean, we can dance right now if you want to.
That was a natural 20.
I'm assuming that you're in charge.
That
of
was
this.
another natural 20. 2 natural 20s.
I'm
So
assuming
Why'd you
yeah, he's
waste
not
them?
falling for the bait.
you watch the one guard step past Jin and Gatharn, kind of looks oddly.
Thanks, Jin. I wasted the
and-
good ones on you.
Looks oddly at Afiola and then looks over towards you, Omni, and goes, I'm assuming you're in charge of this mess.
Yep, he's first mate.
Yep.
These
it's
are
his
all our
fault.
crew members.
All the responsibility is on Omni.
These guys, and I'm pointing at the ones that are like left standing, they helped us get rid of these guys.
So the adults are speaking now. We are extremely sorry for the disturbance
Can
and your
you-
time.
Before you pay your fee, is this Captain Famison?
Oh, he's missing, all right. His head.
I thought his name was Franson.
Captain
He was.
Famison.
He was.
I
he was.
am-
Not is. Past tense.
I have his head. I'm assuming this is his body, yeah?
We are not sure what his name is. We were awakened in the middle of the night as the group here came onto our ship with weapons and fired off the cannon. And Omni will go through and give like as much of a detailed, like a superior officer that he would be giving it to would request. He kind of like lays it all out.
Give me
But-
persuasion with advantage while you're kind of like doing this diatribe of explanation. Because you seem
Also
sincere.
keeping in mind,
I'm looking for loot on the dead ones to pay the fee.
Fair enough. Give me investigation. Omni, what'd you get
And
for
while he's
persuasion?
giving his speech, I'm transforming back into my more human self.
Okay.
persuasion would be 25.
He seems to be accepting the explanation quite keenly. He's concerned, but dead body count's not too high, and he kind of leans in and goes, look, no one really liked this asshole. He was drunk, running around, talking a lot of shit. He's pretty aggressive, mate. So
That being the case, this is our first time here at the Revels,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we honor and respect the rules. We did not want to be getting into any trouble with you guys at all. So.
Medi, what's your passive perception?
I don't know if it matters because I'm having a snack right now.
Yeah, she's off on the side in the water.
Are you down with the bugbear at this point?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Give me a
And
stealth.
I'm trying to drag. Yeah, I'm trying to drag him like beneath the water so
Yeah,
I can.
give me a stealth check. See how well you're
like
doing
a shower beer.
this. A shower
Like a shower beer.
much like a shower beer.
the best, man. It's great.
16 for my investigation.
Okay.
You got to get the mini fridge in the bathroom though. That way you can have more shower beers and take a longer.
Like you install it into the
Mhm.
shower wall.
Yeah.
That would
At
be
that point, just have
awesome.
a
That's my next plan.
beer bath. Bath beer.
No, because then you're like soaking in it. You're not gonna drink it.
Says you.
Jesse.
You underestimate
yeah.
the beer.
No, I like a good beer, but I'm not going to like pour beer into the tub. Like, and when you drink it with a straw, like.
Yeah.
Flash,
Come on, don't be afraid.
Flash beer.
No, you just lay in the tub and then you just start scooping it into your mouth with your hands.
Yeah.
I just puked a little. Medi, what'd you get?
You don't
So
bathe with good
first-
beer. You bathe with like Bud Light.
First,
So you're
I'll
gonna drink a
answer-
tub full of Bud Light?
Medi, what'd
That
you
sounds like
get?
a regular Tuesday.
Ahem! First, I will answer that my passive perception is 12.
Thank you.
Secondly, do I have advantage for being underwater and stuff?
And it's dark at night.
It's dark at night.
I'll give it to you for
And there's
being
a
for
lot
it
of
being
distraction.
dark, and there's enough kind of like deck confusion going on right now.
She's like, good, because I rolled a 3.
You're not wrong. I rolled a 4. But now an 18.
It's an 18.
Nice.
As you slip under the water with the bugbear, kind of finishing its last heartbeat and its last bit of energy and absorbing all of its blood, there's a moment that you thought that the elf up on the ship might have looked down in your direction with a very concerned look on its face, but then quickly looked away. You're not sure if they saw you or not.
That's fine, I'm sure.
Fair enough. Gatharn, you collect 22 gold, 31 silver, and 12 copper pieces total from the forms nearest you.
I go up to the guard captain. Does this cover the fee?
Well, yeah, sure. You take care of the bodies, we take care of the paperwork.
No problem. We got a giant cook pot.
Good. Mate, what's your name?
Who's he talking to?
Talking to Omni.
First mate Omni.
Ah, well, things here seem sorted and handled. Don't do
Gatharn
it.
is dragging bodies into the galley where the cook pot is.
Don't,
And as it's just like I picture Omni like standing out here and in the background just like dragging with like a blood trail on the ground and just we thank you so much for your
yeah, do me a
understanding.
favor.
Promise
Don't.
it will not happen again.
Good. All right, mates. Leave it to them. And the only thing they do outside of your control is they collect the weapons of all the others. Gathering those weapons, it leaves the Githyanki, the elf, the unconscious but stabilized Smash Nads half-orc, the other Goliath from up top, and the tiefling in your charge as they all kind of stand there breathlessly watching as Thorvald's guards kind of walk off, and they're just looking at you. They're confused. They're not really sure what to do.
Did the
Hey,
elf take
so,
my daggers out of
Welcome to the
his
crew.
body?
Yeah, he grabbed those as well.
Short 2 daggers.
Yeah.
So
And he-
Jin starts walking the line of the captives, and he's like, "So, who was casting magic? Hmm?
the tiefling and the Githyanki look at you and oddly raise their hands. The Githyanki's like,
All right.
I was casting.
Keep your hands there. Yep, keep your hands right there." And Jin's gonna summon the rapier. Keep your hands right there.
What?
Don't
No.
Shh, 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 shh. No. There's no negotiations here. Keep your fucking hand right there where I can see it. Afi, did this one send some magical darts at you?
Technically, they
Anybody
both
at the
they
Githyanki?
both did. The tiefling and the
Jin,
and the- they both
Jin.
did.
You both. Okay. Did I ask you first, mate? No, I didn't. I didn't ask for your opinion.
Excuse me.
Hey,
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
right,
ask for
because
your
this is
opinion.
nighttime, Jen. I forgot
Yeah, it
about
is.
that.
It is.
Uh,
We have not had a conversation yet. So I
Jen,
would
go
really
ahead
like
and
for
give
this to
me
happen.
intimidation with advantage because you are nighttime, Jen.
And
Both
To
the
add to that,
Githyanki
I
and the
would like to give
Tiefling.
him super advantage because I will just be saying things like I'm discouraging him to not like.
So you
take
guys
their
are playing
entire
good cop, bad
be like-
cop.
a little bit, yeah.
Gotcha.
27 for my intimidation.
The Githyanki and the Tiefling look petrified. They
Maybe just a finger this time. They can use their hands if they would choose to stay on the ship. It'll take a long time.
I grab both of their hands and I tug them down into the floor and keep it splayed, and I take out a dagger and I play that game. So now, which finger would you like to keep?
Give me a dex save.
I wish I failed miserably. Come on.
You're a super Dexy build too.
While
Yeah, I
he's
know.
doing that, can I investigate the corpse that I have?
Sure, give me investigation.
Mid-nom.
Okay. 26.
Where is... Oh, sick.
Mid-nom. Nom,
19.
19. You manage not to nick any fingers or hands. They're like, please don't take my hands.
I look over to the Goliath and I'm like, actually, do you want to put some bets down on which hand he'll or which finger he'll hit first?
Oh, I really don't give a fuck. I don't like them highfalutin types anyways.
How many did we
Fair.
capture that are currently in our care?
You have
I think
a very injured orc, a Goliath,
He has a lovely singing voice, though.
a elf, a tiefling, and a Githyanki. Two Goliaths, actually.
Didn't both Goliath? I was going to say, didn't
Yeah,
both
both
Goliaths
Goliaths.
survive? All right.
And the two Goliaths
has
are kind of
disappeared.
The two Goliaths are kind of nudging each other over by Omni and kind of laughing at the Githyanki and the tiefling. The tiefling looks at the Goliath. Fuck you.
And as the tiefling says that, Jin will accidentally stab him into the center of his palm.
He just cried. Why you gotta do that? I mean, all because that cat lady over there stole the ship from
I
our
smack
captain.
him across the face.
I won it. Fair
That
and
is a
square.
lie. That is a lie that your drunk former, now dead captain had told you to have some type of uprising, and you heard him. You heard the
He
cards.
bet it.
He was drunk all the time, and nobody liked him.
That cat lady has a fucking name, buddy, and it's Afiola.
And I won.
While this all
the
goes
ship.
on,
Right?
Catharn has retrieved
some
a
respect.
barrel of rum.
What are you doing? You leave that wound open. Stop bandaging. Take it off.
And
Maddie-
is passing
We're
out
gonna let that
mugs.
fester.
So
and I'm gonna
before we
keep
get to
rubbing it.
Gathar and Maddie, what'd you get for your investigation?
Put a little dirt in there.
26.
26. So as you're draining the last ounce of life from this poor innocent bugbear that was just
Shut up.
you
This
He had a
the
whopping
one person
kid.
she drained that was
find-
not innocent.
You find a small pouch on it. You pull out 4 etchings and carvings of a beautiful family.
Shut your mouth.
7 kids. 7 little bugbear
This was his
children.
last trip. This was gonna be it. This was the retirement trip. It was just
retiring after this.
Folded up.
Cool.
This was
Wait
the
till I
farewell
like
tour.
care, you know?
His
Maybe
wife
one
is just like,
day.
not one more, not one. He's just one more, darling.
Fold it
I
in-
swear I'll be
Empathy,
back.
not Maddie's strongest
Folded
suit.
up in the
Weird.
pouch. Yeah.
Little Tim, I will put you through college. I promise. I just need
I
to
pull
make
it out,
one
I
more
shake
trip.
off the water, I light it on fire with green flame blade. Cool, tight.
You find a little painting of a boat and his family in front of it. The dream come true, kind of in common. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. No, you do find a
The
small
kids are
pouch.
carved.
You found a small pouch attached to his belt. It's got some coin and some gem in it as well. Oddly enough, it has a small copper key as well inside of it, along with a vellum tube containing a message, from what you can tell. No, not that kind of tube.
Spicy. Love to see it. I'll read that when I get back on deck.
Okay, fair enough. So, you currently have a small group of people in your control. The Goliaths seem more amicable than the Tiefling and the Githyanki. The other half-orc is aiding and taking care of the one orc that was brought down. He's barely clinging to life. He's got a hit point left if you want to have it for comparable purposes. It's the middle of the night, however. You're all up on deck. No sign of any other issue. Gatharn, what are you doing with all the bodies at this point?
After I've stashed them away, I go and get a keg of rum,
Okay.
a bunch of mugs,
Okay.
come back on deck, start passing them out to the captives, pour them a dollop of rum, and go, welcome to the crew. You ain't got a ship, fucker. Welcome to the crew.
But not on this ship. I mean, you're not
Why
the
not?
captain.
No.
You're not the captain of this ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
so they wanna
amicable
be-
enough.
So they
And
want to be
Omni,
executed instead.
Omni, you watch as the Goliath walks over to you and just
Amicable means she's open to all sorts.
the Goliath leans down into your ear, Omni. It seems like a crazy house. I was just curious. This is Captain Raylene's ship, right?
Indeed.
Um,
You picked quite the wrong group to.
well, to be honest,
Obviously.
the pay was okay. I just love to get scraps. My name's Brackish, by the way. Can I ask you something?
By all means.
Our captain told us that your friend, Afiola, as they pronounce it, she charmed him and caused him to give the register and the documentation over to him. Does she cast magics? Is this something she would have done?
Let's we should just ask Afiola herself. You know,
I
just
would head
talking
over and talk
behind.
Well, yeah,
Omni
but
and
I don't
I-
want her using any of her magics on me. I mean, I'm willing to accept
Our
the
weapons
word,
are
but
away. There's no confrontation anymore. We're just having a conversation, and I'll like clink his little glass and do the little chug of rum. And
okay.
so about this
It's
conversation,
poisoned.
he's kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, because Gatharn's like just drinking straight from the keg.
So we have some options. Obviously, this is Captain Raylene's ship. Captain Raylene is looking for some new crew members. We were tasked to find new crew members. But as Afiola so presently announced to us that she had won fair and square because your former captain, who is now deceased, was quite the gambler, as you, I'm sure, are aware of. She won fair and square, the Black Eye. We are going to have to change that name because I don't like how it...
Oh, well, it's a
Gotta change.
It got its name for a reason. It's a really shitty boat.
Even so, having ownership
Well, who's going to
of this-
captain it then?
we are going to be working that out momentarily.
'Cause,
But
I mean, you
first,
can
we
get
need
your-
to see where you
Well, you
would
know
like to go.
you know how you can get your captain warrant, right? You know how to do that.
Of course.
I mean, you can ask for an audience with Thorvald. He'll grant you one. Just got to sign up with his guild. He hands them out
Or
like
we just-
candy.
Take the
So-
ship and name a captain.
Oh,
could
it
do
doesn't
that
really
too.
work that way. If you do
Like,
name
I'll
a
see.
captain, they'll
Madam.
know it's a forgery because the guilds keep all the registries of the captains. And if you're not
So-
sanctioned by the guild, you're not going to get no fucking work anyways.
Who says we're looking for work?
Oh,
maybe I
everybody's
just
looking
wanna
for work
scale.
at the Revels. The whole idea coming to the Revels is looking for the sweet work, the good charters, the good contracts, and everything. This
Well, it
is the
looked like
best
you came
place.
here to die. It looked like you came here to die.
Well, I'm
Jin
not
starts
dead.
looking around. Smack him too.
You reach up an extra 2 feet to smack him. His jaw doesn't even move.
You
So-
are a strong man. I'm gonna step back here.
I'm just gonna wave at him, like wiggle my fingers at him.
Yeah, I got an itch you can scratch, baby.
Hey,
Wait, was that to Jin or Afiola?
No.
No,
Well,
he said that when the
yeah,
Goliath
he
said
kind of looked at Jin and Afiola at the same time to purposely make it difficult to figure out who he was talking to.
oh, so Jin kind of looks at Afiola and he's like, no,
An itch you could scratch.
he is kind of strong.
The Goliath goes,
Splitsies?
you know what? I think I kind of like these people. They're pretty funny. They could take a good
Here's
wag.
the box.
Anyways, back to what we were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, anywho's.
We have 2 ships. We are in need of some crew. However, this extremely unfortunate circumstance, we don't want that to be continuing forward, having to look over our shoulder to see if whether or not our crew is going to, I don't know, try and
Need to
kill
be
us in
killed.
our sleep.
Captain's dead. I wouldn't worry about that too much. I mean, the Githyanki.
I'm referring to all of you who are still alive.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me, mate. I could kill you at will, but I don't want to get kicked from the Revels. I like it here. You can have as much sex and drugs and drinking as you want. If you survive at the end of the week, you can get a sweet contract. You just made it easier for us, to be honest with you. With the
Well, in
captain
that
dead,
case-
we could trot her out.
You, sir,
Yes.
may just be hired,
Oh.
should you choose. Because again, this is your choice.
Yeah, but you guys don't have a captain.
Can we
Captain
keep the Goliath?
Brackish.
No, I don't want to be a captain. Not my thing. I don't even
You
know how to
lost.
swim.
You lost the fight, so you
Whoa,
don't get to
you-
choose how you.
You don't know how
how-
to swim?
You don't know how to swim?
No, I don't know how to swim.
Poor
Maddie,
Jesse,
are
where's
you
your-
back on deck yet?
Oh yeah, I was heading that way and
Okay.
just watching this conversation happen, wringing out my hair, doing little braids.
Your passive is high
I have
enough. You notice that the elf is giving you side eye, but side eye in such a way that says, "Please don't eat me."
I have an idea. How about we name Medi captain? She seems like she's always up to the job. You know what I mean, Omni? You can still remain first mate. Medi just takes the helm, guides us to new adventures, new lands, new oceans.
Eddie, what are your thoughts?
What? Oh, she's here.
What? Oh, so you're saying that wasn't a legitimate offer, then, Jen? You're gonna pretend to offer me captainship.
Lemons and limes as Jin starts
That's
to like
not-
step back. Lemons and limes. I like to
okay.
wash lemons and limes.
How late in
As,
the night
as
is
I
it?
look up at the moon.
It's very late. It's very late at this point. I mean, most of you are
Like, is
mid
dawn
long
coming?
rest. No,
So,
it's probably like
have we
2, 3 in the
decided-
morning.
What exactly we're going to do with them? Do we get to finish dinner, or what's the
I want to
plan?
keep the Goliaths.
Well, you
The
can't.
two-
Well, you can't keep us as pets. I mean, we're
Big
people.
Yul is just like, yes, mine. Pink, pink. Let's go, boys.
Well, if Afiola gets to keep the two Goliaths, I want the tiefling.
Okay, we're not keeping any of them.
I call dibs
mean-
on the tiefling.
Are
I
we?
got dibs on the orcs.
Oh, cool. See?
Meanwhile, they're all kind of just looking at each other like, I mean, maybe we should have just fought to the death because this is killing me right now. So look,
I'm talking to like these conscious half orc. I'm like, follow me. I'll get us some bandage for that one.
Somebody just needs to claim the elf, and we're done.
Omni, can
I
I
think-
ask you a
Problem
question?
I think that we're going by the I licked it, it's mine rules.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Anyways, I mean, sweet Tiamat. Omni, question.
Yes.
I'm going to take these folk back to the Black Eye. We'll hunker down there. Come and see us in the morning. Have Afiola bring the book and the registry. I'll get you an invite to Tharivol. You guys got skills. You kicked our ass good. And getting one over on that old Githyanki like you did, that's some tough shit. That guy's got them magics that like make you do things you don't want to do. But anyways,
Can I insight to see if he's telling the truth?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Kill the
Keep
good
talking.
Yankee, man.
I'll share my
Yeah.
roll in a minute.
So, as long as your register is good and you've got the original log books, you're in possession of the Black Eye. You're free to re-register it with any name that you want. I mean, I was the captain's first mate, so I know a bit about the ship and about what he was doing. But he wasn't well liked, I'll tell you that much. He's been having a run of bad luck lately and was going to lose the ship. Now, here's the thing. Technically, he didn't own the ship.
Who owned it?
The Hawk.
Intriguing. We just
Name
had
sounds familiar.
conversations with the hawk, and he claimed no ownership over the black eye.
Yeah, he does that a lot. You gotta watch that slippery fucker. He lies constantly. Hey, Fiola, what'd you get
Oh, yeah.
for your insight?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, there's two things you know somewhat about Goliaths. They don't waste their time with deception. It's not in their character, not in their nature. And he's being transparent to the point of he just doesn't give a shit. He's just telling you what he knows.
When he mentions the hawk, I was like, oh, yeah. Just thought you guys should know. I tore that one chick's ear off.
Just
In my
in,
defense, she shocked my
bit
balls.
of rough. Oh, it's that nasty shit y'all was into.
She kept asking about some guy named Copper Joe and a compass.
Jin kind of side eyes Omni and Medi, and
I
you told
pretend I didn't
her,
hear anything.
and you told her,
I don't know who Copper Joe is.
yeah, I don't know who Copper Joe is either.
I've heard stories. Anyways, what was the Goliath's name that we were talking to again?
Brackish.
Rakish.
First mate of the Black Eye.
If nobody has any objections, and I look around very democratically, I believe this is a fair idea. You guys go back to the Black Eye.
Am I
Stay
aware?
there. We will discuss what is going to happen in the next few days, and
Can you guys
how we
clean
can
it up a
proceed
little
forward.
bit? Because you guys left it as a real pigsty. Jesus. I mean, Tiamat.
Not even
Am
your
I
gods.
aware of Raylene's healing poultice?
Yes, she carries it with her.
So she didn't leave it here on the deck.
I don't suppose either of them have healing.
No, they're not those kind of magics. That was the bugbear did some of the healing magics, but where is old Bromhead? Where'd he go?
I wouldn't
did
worry about it.
drown.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He
Last
wasn't
I
a very
saw,
strong
he was
swimmer.
jumping off the
Yeah.
off the side.
He
of
probably
the
he
ship.
probably swam home. He probably swam home. You know.
No,
Yeah,
he
he's
can't
probably
swim.
already
He's
at
back
the.
to Revels now.
No, he
Oh,
definitely
I
drowned.
mean,
Well, if he jumped over the edge, then yeah, he's
Okay. So as he
If we're gonna
begins
put
At
one
that
and one
point,
together,
so he
Medi
begins
lets out like a little ladylike burp.
a little blood bubble comes out.
as he herds the other crewmates off the ship, he stops for a moment and then turns back towards you, Omni, while the others are busy doing other things, and just looks right at you. I wouldn't be too surprised if the Githyanki and the Tiefling decide to bail. I'll try and convince them otherwise. I don't trust that Githyanki. He's something wrong with him. Slightly bit of a nutter. But
He can go in the food pot.
anyways. And he just kind of looks strangely at Afiola and then looks back at you. We're birthed in 42, not more than maybe about 5 or 6 docks down from here. We'll see you there.
We know where it is, and thank you for making a wise choice tonight.
Yeah, you guys got skills. I'll give you that. Captain Raylene knows how to pick them. And he kind of turns on his heels and walks the others. The two Goliaths are kind of laughing at each other. They turn back to look at the now heavily injured orc that's barely able to walk, and they point.
Oh, what?
Surprised he's
Just
able to walk at all.
Real quick.
I mean, he's
go
stable,
over.
but okay.
I'll put a hand.
You have to touch
on...
it. You have to touch the injured part.
No, I do not.
Grip it.
Nope. I'll put my hand on his forehead and kind of like, not like exorcism status, but
Right,
you know,
right.
Hey, the injured part is still stuck in my hammer.
So I will put my hand on his
I
forehead.
think you get to keep that.
And close my eyes for a second, and with my healing pool, give him 5 hit points back.
Okay.
Lay on
Which
hands.
He looks at you,
Yes.
Omni, when you do this as he's
The one that's still
waddling
attached.
down the gangway, and he kind of stops at the pier and watches you come down, and you kind of just gently touch his head and There's like an infusion of healing energy, and he goes, "Thank you. That was really nice of you." And he just kind of continues to waddle with the others, and the Goliaths are just raucous. They're just laughing and describing what it must have felt like to get hammered in the balls. And they
I'll go back on and shit.
disappear down the end of the pier. You guys are middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, on Captain Raylene's ship. There's damage. There's bloodstains. There's drag marks. There's a section of the stairwell where a cannon shot went off and just raked into it.
Did the guards take the cannon too?
Yeah, they took the cannon as well. And it's more of a hand cannon than a traditional cannon. I mean, it's like one of those cannons that you can do this.
Blunderbuss.
Yeah, a little bit bigger, but yeah.
No, it's
basically.
just a mini cannon.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
pretty much.
So Jin disappeared from the deck for a little bit, and then he climbs back up, and he's got his little carpenter's tool belt around his waist. He's like, alrighty. Anybody want to help?
Oh.
Nobody? Okay,
Oh.
that's no
I
problem.
Neil
actually
going-
volunteer to help.
Grab a mop and a bucket.
I'm stripping the bodies.
I'll start wiping up the blood.
Okay.
He kind of just looks at Catharn as he's like trying to fix the woodwork. He's like, that's.
Oh, the bodies are in the kitchen.
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't let the bodies hit the floor because I'm whopping up here and I don't want to have to deal with that.
You're whopping?
Mopping.
Oh, whopping. I thought you said you were whopping.
He's
I
fopping.
heard the same thing.
If there's a good beat that comes on, maybe.
He's
He's got that
fopping.
wet ass paladin.
He's fopping.
It's like a bowl of mac and cheese.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll probably spend maybe like an hour or whatever to try and clean it all up and make it presentable and not look like something crazy went down. But still, like, have the intention to let the captain know.
Yeah,
Anybody
I mean,
else who is
you're-
working on the deck as well, we'll try and talk about what we want to do.
yeah, you get the feeling this might take a little bit longer. It's about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning when you guys manage to get all this taken care of. The deck is cleaned up, the bodies are disposed of, everything's handled. It's maybe a couple hours till daylight at this point.
The bodies are in the cook pot cooking.
Gross.
Dear Lord, why?
I don't.
I wasn't
don't know
kidding.
how that
Gatharn was not
somehow
kidding.
works.
Gatharn said he was going to put them in the cook pot. He stripped them. He butchered them. They're in the cook pot.
So you managed to acquire some of the tenderest chunks for the pot. But, I mean, you don't have enough cooking utensils for all of the bodies. So you're free to do with the remains all you want. But we'll say you have 2 large black pots that are currently cooking in a stew fashion on...
As he's stirring, he's like, I miss cookie. All their armor and whatnot is like piled on the side of the galley.
Fair enough.
So what do you all think? If everybody's still awake, kind of like call group meeting.
For those of you that only need 4 hours for your long rest, you're not looking nearly as tired as those that need a long rest. Gatharn is only an hour or so away from exhaustion.
Would like a nap. Just a little cat nap.
Jin gets up, he stretches, and he looks around. He's like, oh, good as new.
Nice work.
Yeah, my father always told me it's almost like making love to the wood.
Mm.
It's how much love and care you got to put into it to really get
Shit.
get it to where you want it to be.
The
You and your
face-
father had a very interesting relationship.
Medi, what the fuck, man? You can't just be popping up behind people's shoulders and just talk right in their ear.
I've been standing here the whole time.
Breathe or something. Nobody can hear you when you walk up behind them. Make a noise. God,
Oh,
goodness.
fine. Sorry. Hang on. I go back and I attempt to stealth behind something.
Medi? Hello? Medi?
I just
Hello?
jump
did
pouncing towards his back and just go, noise!
Eldritch Blast.
Omni, those Goliaths are looking much more palatable than these 2 nutters.
Standard leather gear and whatnot for their
Yeah,
armor.
pretty much all wearing either studded leather armor or basic leather armor.
Yeah. After I've got the stew ready, like, just simmering, I put that in the armory.
Okay.
So we have many choices ahead of us over the next few days. First and
Yep.
foremost, what are we doing with the Black Eye? Are we leaving Captain Raylene's charge and appointing a
Yes.
new captain?
Yes.
Are we giving the Black Eye to her?
No.
Are we striking out on our own?
Yes.
Are we signing up with the guild or the Hawk?
Yes.
But apparently the Hawk
No.
already has ownership of the Black Eye.
Yes.
You can tell this is the other Jin beginning to appear.
You said that Hawk didn't claim ownership of the Black Eye.
This is true, but our new Goliath friend says that he was lying, which I believe because he was also lying about knowing what the black market currency is.
And he
Is there anything in the ship's
also
log or
cornered
register?
Gatharn.
that
And
I
he also
would've
tried to, get information and harm Gatharn through his
noticed
other
about
person.
ownership or
No,
anything in the
it's
ship
just-
register with the ship log?
Just that the Black Eye is registered to the captain. There's the crew's log, all the registered crew, series of entries into different ports of call. There is a Port Dwali entrance into it. There's a Holyhead entrance. There's a Vidkay, Port Vidkay. There's a couple Darktow entries in it as well. Very busy ship that seems to be doing merchant work. Cargo anywhere from maintenance equipment to foodstuffs to alcoholic barrels to casks to dried meats, which kind of inspires you to believe he was not getting the good contracts, that these are just simple mercantile contracts that probably paid just barely enough to keep one going.
It's
Well,
hard to
we can
think this
go
tired.
See
Maybe you should go to sleep, Captain.
if we can find anything about the ship's owner that would lead us away from Hawk. And go from there.
Yeah, these are all good ideas. Maybe you guys should go to sleep.
Conversation
nap.
with the Hawk is definitely mandatory.
Is it though?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it probably
If he
shouldn't be
tries to come and
involved.
collect on his ownership later on,
But the
that could be more of a
We
paperwork.
find
problem.
something that says he doesn't own it first.
Yeah, the paperwork seems to say that it was registered to the former captain, Formosan, and now it's with Afiola.
As
Let's
as
have-
first mate Jason, would I know if that is enough to legally not have any obligation to the Hawk, or
Well, there's some new information here. For the most part, all of you are under the impression that all the captains and the privateers owned their own wealth and everything was
Yeah.
theirs. So that's brand new information, which kind of in retrospect makes you wonder all the different nuances of what these guilds actually do. As much as you know about the life of aboard ship and the activities of a crew and the maintaining order and continuity of a ship, the minutia of politics, economics, and the overall economy of the situation has never been something that you would ever been exposed to.
even being on a ship as long as I have.
Yeah, I mean, these are captain's discretion.
Did bits. Okay.
This is captain's discretion when it comes to understanding ownership. And looking over
it's like when you buy a car, like technically the bank owns it if you're financing it, but you say, hey, I own this car, it's in my name, it's registered to me.
But as all of you kind of have this conversation, there's a couple things that that kind of pop up to the forefront of your thoughts. One is there's no obvious documentation that shows the Hawk owns the Black Eye. So one thought is, how does he determine ownership? How does that work? Does it work through the guild? Is there a separate registry? Is there a separate process involved. The other thing you begin to realize is if the Hawk controls the wealth, and Thorvald being the guild master of almost all the good contracts, charters, and writs, well, who's the real power here? Is it the debtor? Or is it the influencer? Is it Thorvald? And, somehow, the information that the Hawk had given you about the ship that you were on before, the one that sank in the hurricane, was one of his ships, and he admitted to that, as well as some concern about the death of Thorvald's brother, Captain Trinity. So there's a lot of nuance here playing out.
I think we should go see their vault.
Well, we know how we
Well,
can
if we're
get an audience
gonna-
with them.
And if we're gonna go see him, didn't Mr. Brackish say that we should elect somebody to be our captain?
That can be a conversation we have with their vault.
Gatharn has fallen
Figure out
asleep.
who owns the ship. Figure out what we can do about it.
Cathard has fallen
and how to get
asleep.
captaincy.
You guys watch.
But
Have-
not
as-
before as he had sewn the ear onto his fetish.
Okay.
So now there's
His
the
what?
elf ear, his finger bone, and Lobash's tooth.
Fair enough. You guys hear heavy snoring coming from a cargo corner of the upper deck, and Gatharn is passed out, sound asleep.
What point do you all think we should discuss this with the captain?
I would say probably sooner rather than later, and we should also probably have a conversation about what we're actually going to do with the compass at some point. Now that Gatharn is asleep.
What compass?
Don't all ships have a compass?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Our direction. What direction we're going to be going?
We could
South
talk to
by
Captain Raylene, and
southwest.
she might be able to give us some information that we would need to, or might want to have to speak with their vault.
Well, we don't, and I say this as ourselves, we don't necessarily want it to look as if we are going behind the captain's back in a mutinous manner. So I do feel that the conversation with Captain Raylene should happen prior to the conversation with Thorvald.
And you
Kind
should
of lay out-
definitely lead that conversation.
We can lay out the intentions, kind of let her know what's been going on. Obviously, she's going to want to know what's happened on the ship, so we can report through to that. Give her the rundown of things that are going on with Black Eye, and honestly, I'm sure she's had dealings with the Hawk as well, so we should probably bring that up and see what, at least mention his name and see how she reacts and responds to before we decide how much more info to give her, and then try and
Do
get
we-
that hearing with Thorvald.
Do we want to tell Raylene that we have the ship log and register for the Black Eye? She might want 2 ships, and that would eliminate some of our options.
Well, she
Well-
can't necessarily have it.
Yeah.
It's not hers. We didn't
yours.
get her a ship. Yeah, Afiola, technically it is your ship. You won it.
Fair and
So
square
you
and
get
no
to do with
magic.
it what you decide.
Mm-hmm. You get it.
There
You know
was
what?
there was no charming going
Yeah.
on whatsoever,
Mm-mm.
right?
I mean, you were
He
charming,
attempted
but
to charm me,
Yeah,
but
your
he
natural
was
charm.
drunk. He was in his cups. We
So
played
it was just
couple games of
gambling.
dice. Just gambling.
so
Alright,
if anything,
I'm fine
ca-
with that.
Afiola captain should be the one to choose the new captain. Although if we are going to vote,
Technically,
I'd
she
vote for
is
you.
captain. Technically, she is captain.
I'm not
So
going to call
that
her.
is
I
her
don't want
choice.
to. No, I don't want to call her captain.
It's
I don't know.
I don't want to be
You're my
called
captain.
captain.
It's Captain Omni.
The sun is beginning to crest over the edge of the horizon.
I don't want
well,
to be
regardless
called
of who is captain, Afiola, the ship is yours. You own this ship.
You can own the ship, Afiola. I'm not saying anything about that, Afi. It's just that I
But
prefer Captain Omni. It has a better ring to it. That's all I'm saying.
I had been going to suggest that Omni take captainship and I retain ownership of the ship.
So you could be the next
And then
Hawk.
after our
Mm.
adventure, I keep the ship.
your true intentions are revealed. You want to be the next Hawk.
But I didn't know that about Hawk. That was my plan.
Well, that's true. You weren't there for that session.
Yeah.
No.
Let's sleep on it. Because no decision should be made this tired.
Yes. You guys go sleep. Go sleep.
Jin, you are so amicable in daylight.
I don't know what that means, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, he got them to learn my name
He did.
after the fight, so I like nighttime, Jin.
What?
We'll talk
Who?
about it tomorrow or later today as the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
Went down to my hammock.
It's that typical post frat boy party conversation. Is it tomorrow or is it already today?
Dude, it's always right now.
Dude,
like
it's
time's
like-
a construct, bro.
I
It's
know,
just a
man.
figment of our
Oh,
imagination.
Over here at PC.
Dude, I watched True Detective.
Over here at PC
Time's a
College.
flat circle, bro.
Over here at PC College, bro.
Time's like always repeating in and of itself, you know? It's like an Ouroboros, and it just constantly eats itself and shits itself back out, dude.
So Gatharn is in the midst of his long rest. What are the rest of you doing? It is now very early morning. The sun is coming over the horizon. All the repair work and the disposal has been taken care of. No sign of Captain Raylene or any of the other crew. As far as you know, the Revels last a week, and then eventually people leave. Other than that, it's the following day. What do you guys want to do? It's now technically the second day of the Revels.
Gonna
If they're
crawl
if they're
up
sleeping,
in-
Jin's watching them sleep.
I was gonna say, gonna crawl up into the crow's nest.
Mhm.
So if Jin wants to watch me sleep, he at least has to work for it.
No, he doesn't care about Medi. He's watching Omni sleep.
Omni's gonna look to Medi climbing up to this crow's nest and
Or I mean, did you want
kind
to
of
spot? Because
think about it for a second and
I'll stop halfway up. I mean, did you want that spot? Because he mostly just stalks you.
no,
There's two.
please.
One for each of you.
There's a smaller crow's nest in the forest.
It would be easier to keep
the
watch and make
foremast.
sure nobody else comes on the comes up onto the ship. Yeah, I'll take the other crow's nest.
So all of you settle into a long rest. Jen,
Mhm.
you're awake.
Mhm.
Anything you'd like to do before we call it a night?
I'm gonna say I'm securing the ship's log and register in like a hidden pocket
Okay,
before I go to sleep.
fair enough.
Well, just a little thing. Jin is gonna go find a mirror, and as the camera kind of like juxtaposes between like one side of Jin's face and another shot of Jin's face in the mirror, they begin to have a conversation. I think that's where we fade to black.
Got you. So Jin, you begin to have a conversation with Jin. And that's where we're going to finish tonight, folks, as our team seems to have survived a little bit of a vendetta, maybe gathered some new crewmates, got some more insight into what the Hawk may actually be. And hey, it's Sunday night. Don't forget to join our Discord, get that promo code. And as I forgot to remind the initial, when I gave out the promo code, is it's for the plastic, acrylic, and resin dice only. So when you use the link in the Discord and it takes you out, if you try to buy like the fancy stuff, like the gem dice, the wood dice, the metal dice, that is not part of the promo code, but about 80% of their inventory is acrylic, plastic, and resin, and they got some really cool stuff. We're also giving away a couple things on our Discord. We give away a weekly blind box miniature set. We also give away weekly dice. And for the month of August, to celebrate the end of summer, we are giving away the D&D Beyond player bundle. So everything you need for digital content as a player, we'll be giving that out at the end of August as our way to celebrate the summer. And thank everybody in the Discord as well as on Twitch and all the fun places to come and win some stuff, because winning stuff is fun. I don't care what anybody says. It's lots of fun. So with that, everybody, it's Sunday night. We will see you next week. Stay safe, be kind. Don't forget to play a game. Good night, everybody.
Bye.